Ooh, right off the rip. Oh, could have been better. Sure. I forgot if you score enough on this field, the horn that goes off when you score just never stops, and you just have perma. Not the ideal that you want to hear. So the goal is to have infinite horn. Because we all like infinite horn. Oh. Did I stop boosting halfway through that? You should have really been better. Oh. Yeet. Hey, you rich. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Woo! My guy. My Tar Heel. God dang it. Ugh. God dang it. Gotta say, my frame rate's holding up pretty well. I say, jinxing it. Hopefully you're doing alright, TB and Eric. I think Lilo was in here earlier, but I couldn't tell. I'm everyone's favorite Tar Heel. Citation needed. Is there a single North Carolinian that people like better? I don't know. I guess I could say my sister and my niece, but, you know, hard to know. They're not technically native North Carolinians. Like, I always kind of feel weird, like, when someone's like, oh, where do you live? And I'm like, oh, I live in outside Dallas. And they're like, oh, so you're Texan. I'm like, I think I'd have to live here for much longer to be like, I'm a Texan, you know? I still say I'm a New Yorker, because that's most accurate to, like, my life and experience. Even though I haven't lived there since I was almost a decade. Wow, almost a decade ago, yeah. Was when I last lived home. Or even remotely on the same time zone. Honk. God, this freaking air horn, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry, I'm gonna choose a different arena soon for custom training. I don't even know if you guys can hear it that well because of the volume of the game sound, but it's really funny. If you score fast enough, you just hear 20 minutes from my childhood home. Oh, really? Do your parents bother you to come home a lot? And the follow-up to that, do you actually come home? About this panic and manic like a sky that's falling down. I thought I ought to can find a kid for a while. Oh boy. Oh. Yeah, over pursued. Eric, what do you think of the Rams trade for Garrett and Verse? I don't think it's as bad for Browns as people are thinking. I think if any team needs the ability to get draft capital, it's probably the Browns, considering they're in full rebuild and they can't attract anyone there. So I wasn't super surprised when he signed a massive contract, Garrett. I was like, yeah, but he's not going to stay there. Like, he's way too valuable. And eventually all it takes is one team that, like, wants to win now, you know, asking an absurd price for him. And the fact that they only had to give up one player at his exact position, and then I think it was actually only a first round, second round, and third round. Or I might be mixing that with the AJ Brown trade. Maybe it's 2 first rounds. They don't. I see my dad like twice a week for softball. I head home like every other weekend because free food and shopping. Ah. As a Browns fan, I'm gonna wait. You're from North Carolina, and of all the teams to root for, you don't even root for the Panthers. At least the Panthers, you get a little bit of exercise and some hope with Bryce Young actually kind of pulling it together. Why would you willingly choose to root for the Browns? Like, all other Cleveland sports have, like, kind of had some kind of hope go through their veins. It's insane to me that the Browns' #1 rule running that franchise is, like, I wonder if we can, like, maximize fan suffering. Can I join? Unfortunately, I do not play with people I do not know, Elliot. They're purely win now? Oh, yeah. I think someone put together a graph where they're, like, Ty Simpson is, like, one of only 2 first-round picks they've had in, like, the past, like, decade. So yeah, they've been trading that stuff away for a while. I mean, granted, it can't, like, I think this Garrett doesn't maybe make him a Super Bowl favorite, but definitely puts him in that conversation. It's my birthday? Happy birthday, Elliot. For the Browns, I think they're dumb for turning Garrett in any universe. However, they get that in this case, getting versus the best case. That's kind of my thought. I think if they traded Garrett with no replacement, it'd be especially dumb. But the fact that they're basically replacing the best defensive pass rusher or the best pass rusher we've seen probably the past, like, 20 years, maybe even more than that. The fact that they're trading a guy like that in his prime, if they didn't get a replacement, it's like, you're an idiot. But the fact that they got versus, like, okay, well, at least you got, like, a decently good dude. Be way worse if they just kind of, you know, emptied out that position. I'm not a super opposed to the next draft class for college is pretty solid, I would say. So I think if Browns are trying to get their talent, having a couple first-round picks in the back pocket is not the worst idea in the road. Hmm. 3 firsts at church because they'll fail drafting. True. I think Browns, again, is just, like, the hardest thing is, like, you need to build a solid O-line. Obviously, you need a better quarterback, because I don't think Shador or Gabriel or... I don't even know who their third option is at this point. But they have, like, 5 QBs on their depth chart or something at one point. So I was just like, yeah, I don't know what that's going to look like for them. I have 0 idea what that's going to even look like, so... I just don't see any of those quarterbacks being, like, the future of the franchise, at least right now, until you get them, like, a really solid receiving options, or at the very least, like, an O-line that's not going to get them sacked, like, or pressured, like, 60% of snaps. I don't know why I thought that was easier than just waiting for it the other way. Rest in peace, Rec Room? What the heck is that? Oh, no, team. Oh, no. Hey, Preston. Well, people always laugh as well. Like, anytime there's a good big trade go through in the NFL, everyone immediately goes to Madden and tries to simulate trade it to this franchise. And they're just like, and the Browns, like, if you offer 2 first-round picks and verse, they're like, sorry, that's just not good enough. Like, you can't do it. They're like, it's like the game won't even allow you to do this in a video game because they know it's silly. My favorite version of that was Luka for AD. Like in NBA 2K, they would be like, yeah, sorry, we're not giving up that trade. I can't wait for the Panthers to win the NFC South again. Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, and Taylon Green. Okay, Deshaun Watson is... I always forget about him, but then again, Deshaun Watson might be the worst well, I can't say the worst, but definitely one of the worst financial decisions a team has ever made. I just don't know why they went all in on a player like that, especially with his background. Because I want to say before he even got offered that massive amount of money, he was already in, like, legal trouble or had some, like, shady nonsense going on, and then he did even more shady nonsense, and you're like, what the heck is this Vi, dude? This guy's popping. Please roll. That's a goal. I'm an idiot. Oh, yeah. I have to deal with the Broncos, Russ Wilson. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, it depends on how you want to value it. I think Deshaun Watson, just sheer money-wise, is pretty bad. Russell Wilson is actually kind of baffling because, like, he actually just evaporated. Like, he really just could not replicate that Seattle run at all. I think you have decent reasoning, though, to be excited about Bo. I think Bo looks pretty solid as like a future QB. Maybe a little rough, but you know, if you're Elway's your GM, he's gonna like a gunslinger type quarterback, you know? I hate how that was like a flawless 50 by that guy. All right, slight tap to Vi. He's gonna get rejected. Honestly, the fact that he got his ankle broken in like garbage time is actually the most tragic thing I've ever seen. Holy frame rate. I'm sorry, chat. One sec. Oh, Vi! Okay. Oh, man. I wanted to hit that sidewall, but I approached it as if I was going to hit that further up. One sec, chat. We will also reset this frame rate in a sec. Be Men's Mental Health Month. Is that even this month? There's too many months to keep track of. This is Pride Month. It's also Men's Mental Health Month. It's also probably like National Ice Cream Sandwich Awareness Week. I always wonder how that works. Do you have to like federally register your day, or do you just kind of like announce like this is a thing? Nice. Okay, cool. Now we reset. Oh, not VSync. No, 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 no. There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, I can reach that. Nice. Nice, Vi. Hey, Rifty. What's going on is just trying to fight through the weird frame rate of my game and hopefully get some goals. Bonk. Double tap. Nice, Vi. Oh! National Ice Cream Sandwich Day is August 2nd, FYI. I'd like to imagine that you didn't Google that and you just are really a huge celebrator of that holiday. Luckily, my teammate is pretty good at this game. I think he has all 5 of our goals. So, excellent job by him. But yeah, just trying to grind the game out. Love National Ice Cream Day. I said National Ice Cream Sandwich Day, not Ice Cream Day. I think ice cream sandwiches are pretty funny. Apparently, no one knows who invented them, but apparently before they used to be sold as just ice cream between paper. And then someone was like, what if we just put cookies on either side to make it a sandwich? And everyone's like, whoa, we never thought about that. I'm like, imagine ice cream sandwiches just being regular ice cream, but in like a paper wrapping. Wait, oh my God. Anyway, chat. Oh, he overtouched it. Don't act with me, teammate. You definitely, or opponent, you did not mean to touch it like that. Not gonna lie, I could not hear over my music. I was not aware my teammate got demoed there, so I was like, ah, it's okay. We got someone by me. All right. Canes in 5, raising Canes in 5. Oh, interesting. Man. Oh, there's my frame rate again. One sec, I'll reset it. Flick, 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 flick. All right, well, oh no! That my least favorite result of all time whenever I'm playing ranked happens when I go for a block and the guy pops it just over my challenge, but he goes just underneath it, so I don't get the bump or the save. Okay, that's me making a mistake. I saw Gamer jump for that, so I was like, oh, okay, he's got it. And then he flipped away. I was like, oh, wait, oops. I saw him saying near post, so I was like, okay, I'll just play off his read or something. And then when he didn't go, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to adjust afterwards. I should have stayed goal. Okay, I'm just going to assume every aerial is going to be a miss at this point. I think that'll work out probably better. Oh, good demo. That's saved. Nice. Flick. Close one. That's fine. He's gonna over pursue that, and then oh no! I was waiting to tap that a little bit later, so it'd go up and it'll out, not directly back out. Arigato Taco. Hello, Lilo. Oh, ooh, I think you might have to, I think you might have to get put down after that one, teammate. I'm not sure, like, was he trying to, I think he was trying to pass to, I don't even know, man. That just, he just hit that directly to the only guy in front of him on Fort. Not great. Not great. That's okay. I was not playing super clean either. I was not adjusting to, the definitional GC2 gameplay, so you got to play a little bit cleaner than that. Nice. I'm also starting to wonder if a recent NVIDIA update is what's cucking my my frame rate though, because I was playing a different game last night, and my frame rate was also getting kind of choppy, and I was just like, I was like, maybe there is something weird going on here, because who knows, but I don't know. Rocket League is the one where it's the most obvious though. GC2 is just a don't make mistakes simulator. People are like, that's all of ranked. I'm like, not really. You can get away with like missing something occasionally, but in GC2 is just like, if you miss, your teammate is 100% not covering you or is not capable of like hitting an aerial. Bold decision making. I don't know. I like that one, Luke. I like going away from the middle right as he hits it. Doesn't really matter if you have 100 boost if you can't reach an aerial. How you doing? I could be doing better, Chan. I was supposed to get paid last week for a massive esports check, and I didn't, so now I'm just waiting for that to come in. But in the meantime, rent is due, and if I don't pay it in the next, like, 3 days, probably gonna get a letter telling me to get the hell out of my apartment. So, not great. So, hence that's why there's a donation bar on the screen, something I don't normally have, but that is something I'm trying to make sure I can raise the funds. And at this point, it's like, honestly, if anyone donates, I am fully refunding anyone who donates in about a week. Maybe throw in an extra buck or a couple bucks as well on top, simply just because there's only, I have the money coming in, but that's the fun part about esports and why I'm super excited to not rely on it in the future someday, is they have no obligation to pay you on time or at all. It's right at the level where your team will kind of expect you to make the right play, but not high enough to know how to play multiple outcomes. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of... One of my big pet peeves I've noticed lately, and I was solo queuing the other day off stream, trying to warm up, and one thing that really sets me off is watching a player, like, wait very patiently for a certain outcome on the field. Oh, he actually rushed that. That's crazy. I was going to bump him, but he was already in the wall. Oh. Luke backflipping that as last back and standing still instead of just shadowing a very non-threatening ball is kind of exactly what I'm talking about. Why are they so late with it? So basically, esports organizations, this one particularly being a pretty big production house that works with, like, you know, like pretty big events. They have an accounting team. But the thing is, you have this, one sec, chat. And so you have this, like, event going on, you do your event, and then they say, okay, well, 30 days from when you submit your invoice, you'll get paid. And then you do your event, you submit your invoice, and then 30 days later, you're like, hey, what's going on? And then, you know, I'm talking to other people in the prod, and they're like, yeah, I already got my payment like 2 weeks ago. And then I'm contacting them like, hey, I didn't get my money yet. And then people are like, oh, well, hypothetically, what if we're really busy? Sorry, like, you know, our accounting department's really overwhelmed. And I'm like, I just don't understand how you're not having the money on hand. Like, the money's from the same budget. You already paid another huge group of people their money, so pay me my money. Like, what are we doing here? Like, that's the NFL superstar. Yeah, that is Boston Scott, former running back for the Eagles. Actually, I don't know if he's still an active player or not, so I don't want to say former. I don't think he's on the Eagles anymore, though. Pretty unreal. Yeah, it's especially rough because in most contracts, if you're late, you get kind of a late fee added on. Sometimes it's like per week, it's like 3% or something.
Okay, I saw your announcement.
Probably not, Para, but we'll figure it out, I guess. I get evicted in 3 days if I don't come up with my money. So I've been begging the prod house to be like, hey, I would love an update on that mass amount of money. And they're just like, sorry, our inbox is full. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, not really. They're just more like struggling with the traffic of other emails and stuff. And I'm like, listen, I know what shows you guys are doing. And this is the only one that you guys are paying out currently. So I have no idea what you guys are possibly struggling with payment-wise. So we'll probably be okay, but I don't know. We have an interview tomorrow, so that's at least cool on the jobs front, but at least for right now, it's like, you know, it's always frustrating knowing that you have the money coming in, but the fact that it can just be late arbitrarily with no consequence is always really frustrating. Is there anywhere you can go for now? If you mean by go as in I'm gonna get evicted, then that's not the solution I'm looking for. If I get evicted, dude, I am committing suicide, dead ass. I'm sorry, I'm not dealing with that on my record. I'm not moving back home to go move in with my dad. Like, it's Jover, dude. Oh. Yeah, at least for right now, it's just frustrating because it's like... I will say that is the one downside of living in an apartment complex, as opposed to in Chicago, where I had like a regular dude as my landlord. Because anytime in my Chicago, when I was late on rent, because an esports organization was effing around with my money, they would just be like, oh, haha, like, it's okay, man, it happens. Like, I've been there when I was young and had like somebody like, no problem, just get it to me when you can. And that would be it. But, you know, in this company, since you've signed like a very specific lease, they're like, hey, it's okay if you're late. We'll waive the late fee. But other than that, if you don't get out, we will send guys with bats and we'll beat your knees in. You're like, oh, okay. So that's where it gets a little bit more tricky. Shark Pro with the banger. Yes, we do like our Shark Pro. Ooh. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that was a little delayed. Why did I wait? We'll never know. Blah, 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 blah. Oh boy. Can't demo Boston. Shark Pro open shot. Slotted. Oh my goodness. Look at him work, chat. Look at him work. Overall, just seems unfair. I mean, it's not necessarily, it's like, well, it is unfair, but like, it's just a lack of professionalism from these organizations. It's my biggest problem with esports in that anytime I've ever done like an event with like a big company in the background, like shout out Shopify Rebellion, whatever you feel about the company Shopify, every time I've ever worked with them, I've submitted an invoice and they get that money to me in like a week. Like they're on it. They know exactly what you're owed. They know exactly like what they need to do. But I feel like that's because this company has like a trillion different accountants like managing all these different things. like these revenue coming in and like the income and like the payments they owe to people. Whereas most esports org, I would argue, probably have one person handling absolutely everything in this multi-million, tens of millions of dollars floating around production contracts. So eventually it's just them being responsible for like answering like 500 emails a month. But the problem is, it's like, if your whole job is just doing that and you have the money in an account, I don't know, I always kind of get bothered by the fact that I'm like, there should be no reason you should be late. If your entire job is just paying out money to people once the contract gets fulfilled, then I don't really understand how you could possibly be like a week plus late. Oh! So I thought, Asterix, I know you needed boost, but I also thought you realized that Hubert can't get it, and Euro touched it. So I don't know why you're acting like you needed to go for that. I thought he would literally just wait for that and then hit that clear. Okay, well, another rule, chat. Let's never assume. That's probably the hardest thing for me to get through as a player, is making sure I'm not assuming anything about what my teammate probably reads. I feel like every time you get a job like this, I'm hearing it's late. I mean, it's because usually it is, but usually if it's late, it's only late by like a day or two. This one is late by like a full week. I thought it was like, it's okay. At least everyone's getting paid late. And so I was in a group chat with some of the casters, and they're like, whoa, what do you mean? I got paid like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's where I'm a little peeved, because it was late for everyone. I'm like, you know, it happens. But the fact that they're differentially paying people out like seemingly at random is so funny to me. No. So yeah, it's so F me then. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it feels. It's like, buddy. Also, I've been unemployed since March. Hopefully not for much longer with my interview tomorrow, but it's like the people they paid earlier are the ones who are like fully employed and then do esports as like side income. So it's like, damn, bro, you really effed up prioritizing that payment to them. Like, please, I'm begging you, help a brother out. Good bounce, don't get demoed. Nice. Oh, wait. Wait! That would have been actually a hilarious own goal. Those are my favorite types of own goals, where the guy can like look at it for like full 45 seconds first and then own goals it. How am I supposed to know he's gonna miss that? Optic is really low-key impressive with paying. Well, some esports orgs are on it. Like, OG paid me. They had a rule where they had a net 14, but not even that. Like, a lot of esports orgs do net payments, but the problem is there's nothing in contracts that stipulate what happens if you don't pay on time. So, oh, it's a net 30. Oh, what's that? If we pay you late? We won't. Don't worry. And that's it. Whereas OG, the reason they were some of my favorite is because they didn't lowball me. They paid me what I asked, basically, and what I kind of would want. And then they did net 14, and the single moment it's late, they owe me like 10% per week, basically. And they only did that once, I think. So I was like, hell yeah, dude, I'm down. And then they ended up paying me my late fee. So I was like, all right, cool, I don't have to worry about that. And that's kind of what I feel like the standard for esports orgs should be. If you're so confident in your ability to run your business, I think you should have a late fee guarantee for a late payment. Because the fun fact, the late payment should never happen if you're budgeting correctly. But unfortunately, a lot of esports orgs actually don't budget correctly. They use the money from their next event, aka their most recent one, to pay off debts because they over budgeted or under budgeted for their last event. Very common issue that happens in esports. It's also why a lot of orgs go under. They overspend, or they have too much people on salary. And then they're like, okay, well, we're going to get 100K to run this next event. And we owe 20K from the last one in the hole. So let's just use some of that money to pay it off. But sir, won't that make us 20K in the hole from this last event? Well, yeah, but then we'll just pay for it using the income from our next event. And then it just keeps going on and on and on like that. And then eventually they get to a point where, hey, sir, we don't have any sponsors coming in. There is no next event. And they're like, that's okay. Oh, asterisk, that's funny. You had 80 boost. All right. You need to be an accountant for these orgs. It's not even like, you don't even need to be an accountant. You just need to know, like, hey, where's that money going? Okay, it's in this account. Cool. Okay, please pay me out from blah, blah, blah. The problem is this company that I'm waiting for payments for is not a small org that's doing that, like, tomfoolery. That's why I'm a little like, There should be no reason you're late, like, at all. I would like it if you didn't touch that. Well, if you're gonna go for it, you gotta touch it. GG. It's no matter about Thrive, they owe me $90, that's what I'm saying. Had it 11 days after paperwork. Well, that's the thing is like a lot of orgs, I think if you do net 30, also the thing I don't like about net 30 people is that they're like, oh, we'll do it net 30. We'll pay you 30 days afterwards. In my mind, it should be, we have until 30 days. But if you have the money in your account, pay me, you know, like blah. I seem no to the bar trip. I have no money in my checking account. I am not doing anything. I'm not leaving my house outside of this interview for the next week. You know, until I get evicted. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. Aw, wanted to yuck that one downfield. Oh. Wasn't Stride like a gum brand? I don't know if that was the same Stride from G2 Stride. State of Union again? I'm Texas. I can always tell the people who haven't been in the stream as often because they default to like where I was for the longest time. And so they're like, oh, you know, you're in Chicago. And I'm like, no. Like, I haven't been there since 2023. That happened a couple times the other week. Someone's like, yeah, how's Chicago this time of year? I'm like, buddy, when's the last time you were here? I'll be in Austin in a few weeks. I've never actually been to Austin. Heard good things about that city. For a while, that was going to be like the esports city, and in a way, it kind of is, but it's just way too expensive. I don't know why all these content creators decided to move there. Like, what's so fun to live there? What the frick is going? Procidus. Every time I look up, I see the most like baffling thing of all time. Teammate did the 0 boost, circling and waiting for the boost on the corner boost or the side boost. I was like, buddy, the goal's open. All right, no problem. He does not have too much of a touch beyond that. You do not have to jump for that. Thank you, Procidus. Terrible. Terrible, dude. All right. Chicago's not even like that windy most of the time in my memory. That was actually more so to do with a nickname that was given to the city because it was kind of windy, but it's because its politicians famously spoke too long. So it was like the long-winded / windy thing, you know? Knicks in 4, the New York Knickerbockers. How do you put 2 different screens on one screen? As in a camera and also gameplay? I mean, that's just basic streaming. That's every stream. Ooh, I realized he was going for the bump right at the end. Nice, Procidus. Boycott, nice. I'm a Celtics fan. If Knicks sweep the finals, New York will turn into Gotham in the good way. Wasn't like the women's basketball team, the Gotham something? I think New York's USL team is Gotham FC, which I always thought was a really cool thing. Since it's like Gotham isn't real, but like in a way it is basically New York City. It kind of always stood for New York City. Which to me always meant like, does that mean like the Batmobile is like Westminster? Or like the Wayne Manor? Living in like White Plains or whatever, like an hour and a half outside the city. Hey, Moonswrath. Next we'll acquire Batman in free agency. Feel that? Wemby's too good? Yes, agreed. Oh, the Hamptons. Hamptons feels too beachy. Like, Wayne Manor's always like, at least in the cartoons, it's always like in the middle of nowhere in like a field. I don't know if you would have that much room in Long Island. A 7-6 center pulls up from the logo. Bro, him hitting that logo 3 with like 20 seconds to go in game 2 is actually might go down as like one of the most ridiculous shots of all time. Like, can you imagine the scenes if your second-year player pulled up from the logo and borked it with 20 seconds to go? That NOS has news about people entering manholes on streets at 1 a.m. kind of jokingly got linked to Gotham. Yeah. 6'2" point guard drives on the alien and hits the layup. That's the dream. Stephon Cass poster game 2 is pretty crazy. The atmosphere of the world of Batman and Gotham has always been one of my favorite things about it. Well, that's why I think the I've been a big fan of the Batman animated series because it's like simultaneously like modernish, but also very definitively like 1920s feeling at the same time. And I always really like that. It has that like gothic architecture to it. Kind of living up to a name. Or like not gothic, like Art Deco almost. And I think that aesthetic is to me what I think of with Batman. But I also agree with, I think, the Cosmonaut variety show, they did a review of the most recent Batman. They say, the thing that I don't like about the Nolan Batmans is that Gotham actually looks pretty decent half the time. Whereas like, the reason I like Gotham in the new Batman movie with Pattinson is that Gotham looks like a place that I would only live if the rent was $300 a month, you know? Like, it is a garbage place. It does not look good to live in at all. It is an absolute piece of crap, and that place needs the Batman. Whereas Gotham in, like, the Nolan movies kind of looks like just Chicago, because it was filmed there, and it's like, it kind of looks okay. Like, it doesn't really look that disgusting or filthy or dark and dingy or whatever. And I kind of agree with that. Like, I feel like part of the reason you watch Batman movies and you accept why the Batman exists is because it's like you have to show that the city is like unsavable without him. Like, because otherwise it's just like, it just goes back to the same refrain of like, if he's a quadrillionaire, why doesn't he just, you know, donate to stuff like his dad did or whatever? Like, why doesn't he just fix all these like issues instead of trying to fight crime? And then when you watch like the Pattinson ones, you're like, oh, I get it, because this city physically needs someone to save them from all this evil and corruption and crime. You know? Another Titans fan in the chat, once in a million situation there. My Titans got a new logo. Braves got that down pat. Yeah, Braves has been patting other things, if you catch my drift. Oh, wait. You guys do have Io Manor, though. That guy's a beast in Madden. Great franchise pickup. He's like a 73 overall receiver, but in his like second season, he immediately turns into like a wide receiver 2, or he may even a 1 if you develop enough. That's the guy who put up 300 yards on Travis Hunter in college. Nice, teammate, close one. Ooh, I didn't realize that guy was still chasing it. That should give us time to get this. Powder blues. I kind of like the darker Texans uniform personally. I don't really like the powder blues as much. I like it as like an alternate. Teammate might be borked on that one. Yeah, a little bit. One of the Bills going to get a wheel wide receiver one for Josh Allen, though. That's kind of, honestly, it's probably the biggest thing that I miss about, that I get frustrated with on the Bills, is like, they really have a good enough everything except for their wide receiver core. Like, as good as, like, Shakir is, he's not a wide receiver one. He's like a Wes Welker. Like, he is a great wide receiver two. He's a great guy in the slot, but he's never going to be, like, your star receiver. He's never going to lead the league in anything except for maybe catch and yak. And granted, that's great, but like, you need a guy you can have a deep threat. You need a guy that's like on a post route, it will actually be like a massive danger going down the field. Shakir just isn't that. And that's not his fault, it's just not his role. Like, you need a deep threat. You need someone with like interesting agility and route running that can actually threaten like the vertical. I was always like, they need to get a new running back. James Cook was like, had his best career year last year. I will say, though, Josh Allen does need to improve in the clutch a little bit. I don't know what the frick happened, but man, evaporated versus the Broncos. Actually, in both playoff games, he kind of got a little yiked because he started getting like these weird-ass fumbles out of nowhere. The Broncos one was just like completely unforgivable. Well, yeah, it is, but the thing is, he fumbled on like an untouched play. He was just running, and then suddenly just the ball slipped out of his hand. I'm like, legitimately? How does that happen, sir? Like, I understand he's a big quarterback, so part of his appeal is like he can just muscle through tackles, but he didn't even try to do that. He just lost the handle, and then suddenly was like, and then they had to freak out about it. I'm like, buddy, if we just chilled for like half a second, this would have been fine. I kind of wish you didn't do that. It's fine. Need a new head coach. Fun fact! The Bills firing their coach might have been the worst decision I've ever seen. Like, hey, the #1 seed, like, in the NFC, like, has beaten you just barely at home due to basically a single play. How dare you, coaching staff? I'm like, the fact that they blame the coach and say that he needs to go is wild. If anything, the Bills GM needs to go. That man does not know how to manage that franchise. He's gonna waste Josh Allen's entire career. I realized that right as I was landing. I was like, he's definitely waiting. I was like, why is the guy not passing me? More than a QB and a running back to win a championship. The thing is, it really doesn't feel like you need that. Like, it's not even that simple or hard to deal with. Oh my God! Go! There's no way! Ah! Bro. Oh, that was go over. I got way too much of a flick on that. Teammate's backing up. That could be bad. You gotta go. Thank you. I like when you change your voice to an old lady like that. Oh no! Thank you, teammate. I threw that middle just to like force some action. I always hate it when teammates act like, I gotta go on it. It was a pass. I'm like, yeah, but not every pass needs to be gone on, you know? How are you not dead? That's wide. Okay. Noise. Bro, that Seahawks D-line. I mean, that's 2 Super Bowls in a row, basically, where the game has kind of been won by the defensive pass rush. Like, that's pretty much how Eagles took down the Chiefs. Honestly, the most impressive part about the Eagles win wasn't even the offense putting up that much number. It was the fact that they had 6 sacks and an insane pressure rate on Mahomes on 0 blitzes the entire game. That blew my mind. That was like such a ridiculous statistic. That's a really heavy touch by that guy. That's fine, teammate. Luckily, you don't let him pinch that. Okay, he let me get it clear. We'll just take that. He's missing. Never mind. That's got to be a goal. Oh! Should have just bumped him. That. Oh, no, he flipped bad. Cringe. All right, we're gonna get down. That's fine. Yeah, just like they say, like like a great offensive line can like win you championships. It is kind of funny how people neglect pass rush, which is why I find it so funny that like the Micah Parsons trade happened from Jerry Jones' POV. Like he's just like, we don't need this guy. What has he ever done for us? I'm like, Also, objectively here, I'm like, I don't care who you are. I think it's objectively hilarious for a GM to trade away Micah Parsons, and then when asked about the draft, like a week later, he's like, hey, we can get someone that'll help out our pass rush, and be like, hey, fun fact, you had a guy in your pass rush that was really good. Maybe you should have paid him. Like, the logic of Jerry Jones is so funny to like, well, we needed to trade away Parsons because he just wasn't fitting. Anyway, we really need to fix our pass rush. It's like, yeah, well, maybe don't trade away one of the best rushers in the entire league for that. I don't know. Oh? Luka is still the most egregious trade of all time, in my opinion. Honestly, maybe in sports history. I've never seen a more lopsided and confusing trade. I do like the description of it I heard from Jimmy Highroller, where they're like, they got Luka Doncic in the most Lakers way possible. Like, if that was like a blockbuster trade where they're like trading like a bunch of first rounds and a bunch of like all these players together, that was a really rough one. I had no boost, and teammate immediately lost that one. Unfortunate. I think the Babe Ruth trade trumps all. Okay, I'm talking about things from actually within the past like 90 years, dude. DeMarcus Ware and Lawrence, both elite Ds, got their rings they deserved. Yes. Because ultimately, I think the Luka one, the reason why it's so insane to me is like that is your superstar in his prime, and you trade him away for not a superstar. You trade him away from a guy on the downswing of his career, and then like a single pick, basically. I was just like actually shocked when that news came through, because I think if the Lakers had given them their entire franchise, it would have been like, oh, okay, like Dallas maybe wants to save money from paying Luka his supermax. Like, okay, I kind of get that. Maybe it's like financial thing, but instead they're just like, no, we just didn't want him. You're like, oh, okay. It also never ceased to amaze me that like, it came out that Nico was also the same GM. God damn. It's like a hair in my nose that keeps like tickling my nostril. But Nico Harrison was the same Nike GM that screwed up Seth's signature shoe, and it's the reason he went to another company. Because when they prepped his slide deck to show like, this is going to be our Curry shoe, they called him the wrong name. They called him like Stephen Curry or whatever. And then on top of that, when they showed him the slide deck, it was for Kevin Durant. So they put in the wrong PowerPoint. I'm like, wow, so Nico Harrison's been failing upwards his entire career, huh? Oh. Transit probably says the Mavs trade Luka for scraps and picks. Yep. Well, it's funny because like they trade for AD, and if AD stayed healthy, I'm not gonna lie, like that team I could see doing damage. But then of course AD does what AD does best, gets injured, and then you're like, uh-oh. Oh, it's almost like that was the most likely outcome from a player who's never been able to stay healthy. The Wayne Gretzky trade? Was he ever traded? I don't know hockey at all. I thought he was on like the Oilers this entire year. Or was he on Edmonton? I actually don't know anything about Gretzky, I'm not gonna lie. Hockey is by far my least, I can't even say ball knowledge, puck knowledge. Honestly, that was like half me trying to hit the ball into an area where I could, Oh, no boost and I had it, but I played the block instead. There was a question about the most dominant athlete in sports history, and I say it's Joey Chestnut in competitive eating. The official website for competitive eating lists him as their greatest of all time, and it's not even close. He's like, legitimately, like, this is not a question. It is a statement of empirical fact that he is the greatest competitive eater of all time. Muhammad Ali, sorry, does not, no, legitimately go look up Joey Chestnut's record as like a national champion eater and just understand why, like, there is not like a number 2 to him, really. It's just like he is by far the best. I think it was something like he lost the hot dog eating contest in like the aughts and then never lost again for like 2 decades. And I'm like, yeah, that's 20 straight years of winning. Like, dude is in his 40s and still beating guys in their 20s with far higher metabolisms. It's crazy, dude. Nadal on clay. I don't know if you can claim yourself to be the GOAT on a particular surface in tennis. I think it's got to be a little over. I think it's like an interesting fact that, oh, Nadal has such a crazy, like, record on a certain thing, but. Alright, I'm just gonna get that boost. Near post, yep! Gretzky's stats are insanely absurd. I would say the thing is it's like Gretzky's points total is absurd. I think a lot of people just kind of default to goals. And then you kind of have other players who are like, yeah, he's also really good. But yeah, I would say Gretzky's pretty undisputed for like a clear number one. I just think the gap between number one and number two in hockey is, it's wide, but not like the Grand Canyon wide. I feel like with the Joey Chestnut example, the reason I like it is because it's kind of a meme answer, but also kind of not. Like, there really isn't anyone who can even contest for that title. Like, there's no like, oh, well, technically I think this guy has a case. Like, there is no case. It's just that one dude. Join up, Shaq, inviting me? Sorry. I had a fruit fly, and so I tried to kill it, and Luna immediately got woken up from her nap across the room. I heard her go, poor cat. Sorry. Both of them were actually got woken up by a nap. I apologize. Hello, Jose Rodriguez. I have a question. What is your question? Phelps is easily the most undisputed. No, just straight up no. I disagree with that. I guess I'm just saying, look up the Wikipedia article for Joey Chestnut and tell me that there's any other athlete that can claim to be the number one in their sport for like 20 plus years. Like, there's other realms of sports that are like really impressive, but like that's kind of crazy. Gretzky and his brother have the most, and his brother only has like 4 points or something. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. LeBron and Bronny currently have that. That was super funny when they Bronny got like his first basket in the NBA, and they're like, officially the highest scoring father-son duo. And they list like basically LeBron's total, and you're like, well, I mean, you're not wrong. The fact that his son is in the NBA period is impressive. I will say, apparently LeBron might not be coming back to the Lakers. I'm genuinely curious what happens to Bronny's career at that point, because he's incredible in the G League, but there's plenty of guys who are incredible in the G League and then never go anywhere. So. Bronny's garbage. The thing is, Bronny is actually, I don't know if he's garbage, because in the G League, he's averaging like 27 points or something crazy like that. So like, I think it's not necessarily that he's garbage. I think it's just when the pressure comes to actually play against the best of the best, he's just a little bit off. Because I've seen like moments where I'm like, oh, the defense not bad. You know, he's got decent vision on the play, but at the end of the day, it's like, he's not his dad. He doesn't have the build of his dad. He doesn't have the skill set of his dad. I think people need to understand that. I would argue most of the time when there's like a father-son duo, usually it's the son who's worse than the father. I would say Steph Curry's probably an exception to that. Ken Griffey Jr. is probably an exception to that. Not even probably. We'll have to see if Marvin Harrison Jr. is an exception to that. Barry Bonds. Oh, I didn't know about his dad. Peyton and Eli Manning. Well, people claim that Archie Manning could have been actually the best of them all if he was on a better franchise or stayed healthy, which is quite the claim considering the stats of Peyton's career and the competitive experience and playoff clutch of Eli's career. I think Eli's interesting. He's probably the least respected good quarterback in my lifetime, if you guys know what I mean. Like, I don't think anyone can claim Eli Manning was like a terrible quarterback, but I don't know so many people, if you were building a franchise, that would be like, yeah, I want Eli Manning. Archie's in close to Peyton. That's kind of my take, but there's some people who claim like, no, no, no. Well, the thing is that Archie was like way, way, way more mobile. It's Archie and Arch are very similar players in my mind. The thing is, I'm still convinced Arch was playing on a bum shoulder, because I know Kurt Benkert had an analysis where he said I was trying to play through a shoulder injury when I was younger, and the way that Arch is throwing the ball is exactly how I had to throw the ball with that shoulder injury. So he's like, I think he's trying to throw through an injury, and it's why every time you zoom in on his face, he's like grimacing on every throw, because I think he's trying to play through an injury because he doesn't want his NIL money to dry up. That was exactly what he said, but like that's basically what they were trying to allude to. Like, I think he has a lot of obligations on him to show up this season, and he doesn't want to sit out with an injury. Yeah, I honestly don't even care what Eli Manning's career looks like otherwise. It's insane to me that he was able to beat Tom twice. You beat the postseason, you're good, yes. Especially that 2017 team. 50 touchdown passes. Randy Moss just at the edge of his prime, where he's just about to be too old to play in the league anymore. Back when Dante Stallworth was pretty solid, Wes Welker coming into his own. Like, that is such a terrifying offense. That was, I think, when Ben Watson was still the tight end one. But just an unreal amount of talent on that roster. And the fact that they beat them 17-14 is like, oh, okay. Yeah, we are not going there, buddy. He never passed the eye test next to the sheriff. I mean, also statistics-wise, he's getting mogged by Peyton, which is pretty impressive considering Peyton's rookie year was, like, objectively terrible. I think it was, like, 28 touchdowns, 28 interceptions, and then kind of pulled it together. Honestly, I do think, though, even though Peyton didn't pull together as much success in the postseason as they probably wanted to, I still think the greater tragedy for the Colts is the Andrew Luck deciding he doesn't want to play football anymore. Like, there are like coaches today, if you had to build the ideal quarterback, they were like, I'd want Andrew Luck. Like, guy's super. I remember Gruden did his QB camp thing with him, and he was literally like falling in love. He was like, this guy is like so insanely smart. I love this guy. Hey, J-Bogo. Oh boy. Time's the interview? It's in the afternoon. Oh boy. Why are you not lobbing that up and over? Misfit, there's no way! Ah! I gave you an open shot. You don't even put it on target with a lead blocker. Thank you, J-Bogo. Hey, Almighty Super, how you doing? I can't get there. How's the game going? Not great, but, you know, we'll pull it together. Still warming up. Was hoping he'd read my double, and then I could just play off him. Is that just a goal? I think. Oh. Bonk. Did an optic stream? I don't think I did. Did I do an optic stream? I don't remember ever casting for optic. Did I do an optic? I don't think I did. I thought they used to just do them on AJ's channel. I seem to remember them not doing optic streams. They'd either give it to Spaceman or they'd put it on like AJ's channel and just have no comms. To run Dreesen now. Yeah, OGG2 and a couple no-org streams. Was it optic before they signed? I don't know. I might have to Google it. I probably tweeted about it. I'm really trying to rack my brain. Yeah, that was dumb there. Want to go to Worlds in September? Ideally, yeah. I mean, I live in Dallas, so getting over to Fort Worth is like 30-minute drive, so 5-minute drive, so not a problem at all. I'm still waiting on to see if I can get VIP for that one. Because I will say I am not buying tickets for the event, so if I get VIP, I normally get guaranteed tickets, so I kind of am hoping they do that again. I've been VIP every other NA Worlds, but you know, you never know with Blast. Aren't you from a movie? Yeah. Oh, good recovery, Shaq. I don't know if you had that in you. Wow. They just let Volt come right at him and he just dribbled right past. Ah. Not a fan of that, Volt. I hit that as like if it's an option, if he could get that, but him diving in that late is just waste time. Dark Zero with Turbo was absurd. That was a waste of time. It's such a shame because Turbo, I gotta say, kind of fleeced him. But then again, I say fleece, that's not really on Turbo. Turbo came in saying, hey, I'm a world championship caliber player. I'm considered the greatest of all time. You can market that. And yeah, we got Delta and Turbo, like, they'll do pretty well. Like, believe me, I'm definitely in my prime. And then Dark Zero, an org with a lot of resources and definitely the ability to scout, goes, sure, here's a contract. Like, buddy, what are you doing? Oh, Chibogo.
Always supporting you, brother. Wish I could do more. Hoping things go well tomorrow. They'd be lucky to have you.
Thank you for the 15. Appreciate it. Yes, if anyone else would like to donate, ideally go through exclamation point donate to go to the Ko-Fi and not through Super Chat. I will gladly refund anybody who donates once I get my paycheck. I really just need to pay my rent though. so if anyone can spare some cash, then I would love that. I will gladly refund and throw in a little extra because I understand it's irritating to donate money for something like this. It's irritating when you have money you know are coming in, but you know, just the powers that be are not paying me on time. Volt. Wait, what? Did Volt go forward to steal that boost and then immediately get out? Oh no. Donate app and said didn't know. I mean, it's fine, Jibogo. Like, like I don't want to make you double donate. That's why I took off the super chat goal, just because I'm trying to make sure people are like, because that happens a lot where people are like, oh, I want to support you on this, and then they donate through super chat. But all super chats go to me the month later, and also 2/3 of it gets taken away. So I'm like, I always try to make sure I'm like, hey guys, if you're trying to donate to the streamer, make sure you go through the exclamation point donate in the tag, just because that way it goes directly to a PayPal instead of kind of getting piped through YouTube's system first for a month. Does it let you refund? Nope. Fortunately, super chats are non-refundable, which is actually kind of a cool thing because I've definitely had people come in before and try to do meme refunds. That's something that Twitch does a lot back in the day that used to piss me off. Where someone could donate and then like 30 days later they'd ask for a refund and then they would just take it out of your account. You'd be like, not great. So the fact that YouTube basically said like, no, the agreement is like once you pay this, you cannot get it back no matter what, which I kind of like. Didn't expect the guy to not go. That's insane. I bumped him enough to slow him down into that boost grab. Okay, Elon. Should be a goal, right? Nice. We like it. Elon? Nice. Going to live in Dallas too. I said the same thing, 30-minute drive, too much. Doom, how much tickets? I'm guessing you're asking, do you know? I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna assume probably for 3 days, it's probably like 120 bucks. But honestly, I have no idea. It probably depends on where you sit. If you're like upper bowl versus lower. I think they're trying to sell floor seats this time, which I kind of like. Now they're going live soon though, I think. Yeah, some people are trying to hold out hope. They're like, well, I don't want to, like some prod people I know, they're like, well, I don't want to hold out, buy tickets until I 100% know that Blast doesn't need the help. And I'm like, I don't know. I've kind of lost all faith that Blast knows who any of the people who are not on RLCS are. Like the Blast production people, like the Epic esports team knows who we are, but the actual Blast production doesn't. Which is why if they hire nobody, that's fine. But if they hire Turtle and Achieves again, I might lose my mind a little bit. Ooh. Especially considering I live in the city, so it'd be like a very short ride, you know? Also, fun fact, wouldn't have to pay for my hotel. I thought they were gonna jump over me. I thought they would, I'd be able to tuck underneath them. I want to have more seats close to but no floor seats means more room for cool stuff like they did in Paris. What do you mean, cool stuff? I mean, they literally had floor seats in Paris. Like the lights on the floor, they had floor seats in Paris though. Like people were sitting on the floor. Like they can still have lights, they just have to place them a bit more sparingly. The thing is, the Paris arena is absolutely gigantic. That's the difference. Like they can have both. I agree with Dickie's is going to be a little bit harder. Have you ever been to Dickie's World Championship, Lilo? Try to get that down. 1 or 2 every time. Oh. I'm the least employed? Yeah, I feel that. It's so funny to me that people think like I'm actually balling out here. People are like, oh, you going to Paris? Like, buddy, are you kidding me? You think I can afford a $1,000 flight? Think I can afford a freaking Airbnb for a week? Think I can afford the food? Because you're eating out every single day? Sure. Or we'll get over here. OV Legend, thank you for the raid. How you doing? Welcome in, everybody. I got it. That works. Okay. Got the clear away. Just need a teammate to knock a beat over the top. Jack is gonna hit that middle. That's fine. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, that should be fine. I didn't realize he flipped past it. Ah. Oh boy. Oh boy. But welcome in, everybody. I'm Dano Taco. Caster commentator within Rocket League. Typically for collegiate, hence the CRL analyst tag we got. Typically GC3 or SSL. We are pretty rusty lately, so just trying to queue out of our kind of lowish GC2 rank. That's crazy. What a handoff right to my enemy. All right, good job. Woo. Is there a group interview tomorrow just see as a candidate? I don't know, dude. I think it's just me with... I don't even know how many people, because I got invited to an interview with one person. They were like, oh, you're going to be interviewing with Jordan. I'm like, okay. And then I got an interview, and then I got a reminder email that's like, hey, are you ready for your email, your thing tomorrow with like a Shayla? And I'm like, huh? How you doing, bud? Not great, Dijon. Where my esports check has not come in. I've emailed them, and they've egoed me. They're kind of just like, sorry, this email is busy. So can't pay my rent today. Just gonna hope that tomorrow I'm gonna schedule another email in the morning and be like, please pay me. So in the meantime, I'm offering a lovely opportunity for anyone who'd like to help out pay my rent. Is that if you donate and help me meet this goal, I will refund and add in a little extra for anybody who would like that in their donation, because I have $3,300 coming in this week. I just don't know when, or if it's going to be before they threaten to evict me from my apartment. So would love to know. God dang it. So not great in that regard, but we do have a job interview, our second round of job interview tomorrow. So trying to lock in on that, try to keep the bad thoughts out of my head and just focus on that. Nice. That works.
New dono from Squid.
Okay. Well, thank you for Squid for... What the frick? I can't even read that about. All I know is that my total just went up 70%. What the heck? From Squid? From Squid from Rocket Power? Woogity woogity woogity? That's a reference that definitely the kids in chat will understand. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much to whoever just donated that. And I would also love to grab any of these boosts. I have missed every single 100 boost, I think, this game. I got it. Don't worry, Taco. Also, Dijon. Wait, what? Edward Vlad? I keep forgetting about Edward Vlad. Oh my god, we're playing with light. So I will give proper thanks to that. I will give proper thanks for that, how much more is rent? I mean, my dono goal just went all the way up, so I think it probably is covered there. At this point, if we want to just donate for something goofy. I did promise Chad, if you guys are in my Discord, that I am now going to make a blood pact with you guys. By the end of the week, as in by Sunday, I will have a Fortnite stream completed. That is my promise to y'all. It is time to break the seal on that. as a thank you. I missed that in the Discord. Yeah, you gotta read. You also get free foot and ankle picks, Erich. Nice. I have the shower pick. That is true. He does have a pic of me in the shower. I keep forgetting there's like a subset of mods that have a picture of me in the shower. Wait, I just realized, I'm like, wait, why is that ball moving so fast? He pinched it backwards into his own defense. Woo! Can't wait to snipe my favorite streamer, the Danger Taco, in Fortnite. Yep. Oh, I turned around way too late on that, holy. A small drink of foot water? Yes. All right, well, at this point, we need to make up a new dono goal then. Glad everyone was nice. I was about to drop what if you needed help. Thank you, Dijon. Yeah, that was, let me shout out the... Oh. Wait, what the heck? I don't recognize this name! Well, thank you to Squid. I don't exactly know who this is within my viewers, but thank you. Making some mad Alpor or tacos? Ooh. Thinking an eviction for under 30 days late is insanity. Oh, no. My apartment complex is like militant. I think on the third day you get noticed like, hey, by the way. And then the fourth day they basically send a letter to you like, if you do not pay by the end of tomorrow, you will, like, you are forced to get out. We will bring police and kick you out. Like, they are very aggressive about it. So yeah, just not fun. Holy Squid, yeah, Squid with a $1,200 donation. So I'm not entirely sure who that is. I don't 100% realize that. If that is the Squid that I'm thinking of, then that's a GOAT move right there. I'm not gonna lie. And I will gladly give him a full refund and bonus beyond that. Our boy Squid stepped in? I think so. I mean, if I'm thinking of, if I remember that name well enough. Can we please play? Laney, unfortunately, I do not play with the randoms. I know Squid's been rocking it lately. He's kind of stepped away from esports, but I know he was working some gig. So his job, kind of like the hunted path where he found a job that played pretty well and he's going from there. He donated 1K, he donated 1.2K. So yeah, I will gladly give him a full refund for that one. But at this point, we need an obnoxious dono goal. I have agreed in my Discord that because we met that dono goal, I will be doing a Fortnite stream by the end of the week. That is a Danger Taco guarantee for y'all. If anyone would like to watch that, I will have more alerts on the YouTube and in the Discord. But now we need to figure out like what our next goal is if we want to keep that going. Laney, I've already asked you to stop asking. I do not play with people I don't know. What the? Wow, I hit that to the ceiling and my car body just completely pivoted to the circle. I was like, okay. Throw it in a circle, chat. All right, fake that. Whew. No, I know. I think I know who donated it. I usually go through my disc. I mean, I'm just trying not to dox him right now. Maybe Doomskull on TikTok every now and then. I was a Bass cameo at the LG promos. It is really funny. That's how I felt when I remember I got a Best Buy ad and it was Daz's voice. Because his agency randomly got him voiceover work with Best Buy. New Dijon lore activated. Yeah, typically how I read my Ko-Fi noties is that I have to be on the website to do it. But if not, I just go to my email and it tells you like, this person donated. Spawn? 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 Hello? Also, I've decided watching all the Forza highlights from the new game that game has to be kind of super fun to play if you've got a wheel like the ones LG sells. But I have to imagine playing that game just on controller is so boring. That's one thing I've always kind of like lacked is the ability to play racing games on an actual racing sim setup. Because I feel like it has to be like infinitely more entertaining to drive on a sim. I would hate playing on a controller. Forza's made for a controller? What are you talking? There's no way that's more fun though. No, but that's the thing, there's no way it's more fun to play on a controller than play with a wheel. In the same way that I think Mario Kart is infinitely less fun when you're playing with just a controller rather than like the steerable controls. I think the tilt controls on Mario are way more fun to play with. Plus you get a forearm workout. It's fun on a wheel, but it's not made for a wheel. I mean, I guess I kind of get that. It's kind of a mistake. Sorry. It's kind of a mistake to make a game that's like meant for a wheel only. Because it's like you're kind of limiting your ability to do that. Because most players who play video games casually are not going to have a wheel. And it's not like a wheel is like 30 bucks, you know? Well, probably you can get one on Amazon, but I can't imagine it's good. Oof. Ooh, that's Tartan's Peak. He's never hit that before, and he'll never hit that again. Holy crap. I hate people, so I cook for family and friends. Many such cases. That's my dad. He worked in so many restaurants growing up, and he thought he wanted to do it more, but he realized he actually just likes cooking for people. So he's a good cook, but he just doesn't like... He would never want to do it professionally. I'm kind of the same way, though. I actually do not like cooking, necessarily, but I love, like, giving... or making a dinner for family and friends. No! I'm gonna flick that higher. Cringe. All right, well, GG, Shaq. I hate and love cooking. I think for me, the biggest thing is, like, I actually really like simple stuff like, I was talking the other day about cheddar and broccoli soup, and you just have like vegetable stock. You have like vegetable stock, flour, and cream to make like a roux, and then just put some broccoli and some cheddar and maybe some garlic if you want, and then mix that in, and it makes a soup, and it's really simple, and it takes like no time. My issue is when people are like, oh, you don't cook, it's so straightforward. Here's an easy recipe that I love, and then they like list the recipe, and it's like, anyway, this will be 45 minutes of prep. It has 9,000 ingredients that you don't have in your cabinet, and also, yeah, you have to cook it for 90 minutes. I'm like, I'm not taking 3 hours of my night to cook. If I can't do it in less than 30 minutes, I don't want it. Also, Nenepo? I don't know who's this rank. That was like a Dominus flick in an Octane. Nice. This is breaking my brain. I was just thinking about you. I've never been this high of a bar. I was like, that's funny. I was about to say, I'm like, I didn't know he was this high. And he's like, this is literally the highest I've ever been. Okay. You're actually really good at this game, bro, W? Well, thank you. I'll let Nenepo steal that, or not. Ha! Also, I will say, I don't like the Titans, but they do have the greatest schedule release video of all time. That video of them talking to people on Broadway in downtown, I think Nashville, is still the funniest schedule release video of all time. I go back to watch it every season, even if they don't post something like that. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a team even remotely come close to that. Chargers were pretty funny with their schedule release, but in Halo, they announced the Broncos by a grenade blowing up the guy's ankle, which I thought was pretty effed up. I was like, wow, the Bo Nix shout out right at the end there. Oh, I literally just got off the backboard. Nope. I don't have space equipment to do anything super insane, but I do what I can. It's a living. Almost went straight in. Ah. No, I know what you mean. Baking does kind of make me stress. There's like so much like things of like if you overcook it a little too much, you undercook it too much, it's like ruined. I think baking is way less forgiving of portions than cooking is. Cooking you can kind of get away with a lot of like stuff you don't quite balance out, especially like seasonings. Nice. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think sugar is my second favorite. I would say salt. Salt's gotta be number one, right? Hmm. Bro, there's no way. I just tried to place that because I was shocked they didn't go for that. No, dude. Yes, dude. Oh! Look at him go. Inspirational. That's why I'm the GOAT. That's what they say. That's why I got Nenepo's jersey in my closet right now. Bread's at high altitude. Yeah, I forgot that if you bake something at too high of an altitude, your entire kitchen can explode if you dial it in wrong. Kyle New, how you doing? Tired. Yeah, Kyle drove 900 and what, 915 miles yesterday. Actual beast mode. 911. Hashtag never forget. Oh. Nice. How you doing, GC? Do you think Cat stands up to Wemby? Don't need him to? Well, there you go. GG, nay. OG, they, the Minobi is the best Wemby Sovereign League. How could you forget? I didn't. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I do forget about the Alamo a lot. Like a lot. Like I forgot about the Alamo most times. Someone has to bring it up. When someone's like, "Oh, remember the Alamo?" I'm like, I have to think about it. I'm like, Alamo Draft House, Alamo Steakhouse. There's an Alamo. That's what I'm saying. In a quote that I'm sure will be make perfectly perfect sense in and out of context, I think 9/11 kind of mogs the Alamo, you know? In terms of being remembered. I want to take a shower and suddenly we're at 1100 plus? Yes, sir. So if you'd like to help out further, we are thinking of dono goals. I have guaranteed a Fortnite stream by the end of the week. Is there any other game you guys want to see? Wait, we have never done a Balatro stream. I specifically have yet to open that game because I want the first time to play it be on stream. GeoGuessr stream? We could do that. We could do half GeoGuessr and half Balatro. Tower mocked. Nito might spawn in. Honestly, I'd be down. Nito's actually really interesting in that she's such a good pixel artist that she has had official art from her get put into the game. And then beyond that, she plays in Major League Balatro. So when everyone's like, hey, is Nito in the MLB? You can say, yeah. How bad, big dog? If you ever meet her to Japan, I'll cook you a Japanese feast. Japanese food. The one thing that I thought was kind of crazy was there was a guy who went to Japan for like a full month and he gave his review and he's like, I gotta say the one thing I can like 100% agree with is like Japanese food absolutely mogs the US. He's like, even like the same food is just so much more free of all like the awful nonsense we put in our food. He's like, I was eating constantly, not even walking that much and was like not gaining weight or feeling bloated. I'm like, bro, if I was able to live in a world in which I could eat Korean and Japanese food all day, Korean or Japanese food every day, oh my God. I'm not gonna lie, this job I'm applying to, they have a Burning Rice, which is a Korean place near me. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really pissed off because I'm like, if I get this job, every single lunch will be there if I don't pack my own. Nito and I have talked extensively about Balatro strats. I mean, she is in the know. She played Feinberg one time. Hey. I get
New Dono from I Am Somehow Still Z Doctor.
Thank you, the Dodo from, I don't even know who that could possibly be. The Doctor has many impersonators actually in this stream, not gonna lie. Thank you, the Dono's Doctor. I will thank you for that more properly in a sec. It could be anybody, it really could be. Yeah, any donations help me with my inevitable car insurance payment that checks in on the 3rd as well. Well, thank you for potentially whoever that could be for the $5 donation coming in. There you go. It was me? Never mind. Thank you, GC, for the $5. Somehow still's a doctor. Just moving on with the stream and not over the moment we shared. Oh, no, it's always fun when I run into someone that I'm like, wait a minute, I see this person on socials all the time. Oh, that's such a bad challenge. Never mind, I'm a genius. Holy crap, I'm such a genius. Look at that calculation, dude. This is gonna sound like a silly question, but does Volvo still exist as a company? I don't know if I've seen a Volvo car on the streets. Or are they like only sold in Europe anymore? I genuinely don't know the last time I've seen a Volvo. Maybe Texas just doesn't believe in them. Then again, Toyota owns like their headquarters are like right down the street from me, so maybe that's why. Way more popular in Europe, I'd figure. My dad had one. And honestly, I didn't mind it. It was like a kind of a boxy car. I can't remember what it was. What the hell was that car? Volvo. I can't remember if Volvo actually names their cars back in like the aughts. Or if they're like one of those guys, it's like the Volvo S7 whatever, you know? Isn't Volvo like a Swedish brand? I vaguely remember my dad saying that this car was meant to like haul skis or whatever. So it had like a gap in the back seat so you could like shove your skis in. But I don't remember if he was just pulling that out of his ass or not. Oh no! Oh God! Oh frick! Oh Vol! Okay, I'm good save. Bruh. Bruh! Nice. Volvo actually makes some insane cars. I'm still pissed that the Nissan stopped, apparently said they're no longer going to be making that concept car. The like F55 or whatever. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that. Their electric concept. Legitimately one of the best looking cars I've seen in like so long, and they're not going to make it anymore for reasons I can't even explain. Maybe see you at Worlds, Taco? GC, what? You're coming to Worlds? Oh. Paul Skis, the Pittsburgh Pirates pitchers? Is that a guy's name? Paul Skis? They don't understand the target audience. That's what I'm saying. Let me show you guys this car. Oh wait, no, it's not the F55. It's the N55? Where the frick is this car, dude? I'm Googling the electric concept car, and they're showing me all these BS AI renderings. Like, you know exactly, you know what? I was talking about this with the Gen G CEO the other day. He has it on his feed. Shout out Gen G Arnold. We follow each other. God, he tweets a lot. God, he tweets a lot. Scrolling through his whole feed. There it is. Oh yeah. Look at this chat. Look at that. Look at that chat. Oh. 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 That is pure white hot sex. And the fact that they're not making that. Oh, it's a Hyundai? Never mind. I thought it was a Nissan. It is a Hyundai. Anyway, the fact that Hyundai doesn't make this because they're like, no one would want to drive it, shows that they're insane, dude. I know what the Hyundai and Nissan logos look like. It just in my memory, I remembered as being Nissan. Arnold tweets more than me. I'm so serious. He tweets a lot. I did not realize that. That's a sick Kia, man. It is a sick Kia. But anyway, Hyundai sucks because they actually looked at this car and said, who would drive that? It's like, the issue is they were going to make this a hydrogen electric car. They just don't make it a hydrogen electric car. Just make it an electric car. Like, what are we doing? Look at this freaking pixel art ass looking headlights. It's so good looking. Anyway, Well, if my entire company's success depended on me being in public eye, I would also tweet like an MFer. Chat. Okay. Let me update the Ko-Fi. We'll set a Balatro stream goal. A Balatro and GeoGuessr stream goal, since you guys seem to want that one. I'm an Arnold fan. Thank you, Arnold, for that. Gen G is surprisingly one of the few profitable esports. Well, it also helps when you have Gen G, Mobile One, Esports, Racing Black, Performance, Supreme Oil, Racing, Esports, G as your name. Also, shout out to the Pioneers for absolutely selling their Gen G their Mobile One sponsorship. I still like literally cannot believe that they sold that so hard. Wait, what? Did you not know that, GC? Pioneers, the Pioneers were approached with for Mobile One for their sponsorship. So they'd be like the Pioneers Mobile One, whatever. And they fumbled it. Like they straight up sucked. And then they were like, fine, we'll go to someone else. And Gen G was like, we would like Mobile One money. And then they got that. So just another example of why Pioneer's really bad. All right. Trying to figure out where I have to set a new goal for our Balatro stream goal now. How about this? We're at 1744. So what? Did that not set? I think I've needed to set a new goal. There it is. All right. If we can raise 250, no, that's not math. $266. Then we have a wow, that's really loud. When your YouTube auto plays right in your ear hole. Love that. Anyway. So yeah, now we have the GeoGuessr and Balatro stream potentially. 266K should do it. Honestly, if anyone wants to donate 266K, I wouldn't hate it. Thank God, that stupid ass org. Yeah, honestly, if that is definitely a dark era of NA esports if Pioneers got that much money. Yo, GC, cool DM, by the way. That's real. Best of luck with that. That's crazy. I think, honestly, their sense of humor fits exactly with yours. So if you got that job, that'd be sick. Jack!
I'm down to help out Taco Man. Sorry for missing stream so often, but you're still my fab.
Thank you, Jack. Hope your life's doing well. Ah! Okay, we're good. We almost got curb stomped there. Why am I waiting to go? I don't know. He definitely thought he had way more boost. Yeah, Lilo, honestly, I've been hoping for you to kind of like break into that world a bit more. Because I think, honestly, the only thing you're kind of like lacking is just the like professional accreditation. Because I know you've like done some work, but it's more like contract work. It'd be very cool if you could just say like, yeah, I do X for like this company, and they're like, wow. Successful, I'll tell you in a day or two. Hopefully I get to tell you guys if my stuff is successful. I have a second interview tomorrow for my sales job. Pretty pumped for it. We'll see if I can maintain my my 15-year streak of never failing to get a job I've interviewed for. If it's in person, I have gotten waitlisted at grad school one time after an interview. But outside of that, I've never failed. I'm just too dang charming, chat. Ah, I should just doubled it. Wow, that's my least favorite type of touch, where they touch it past me just enough where they don't actually get a good hit. They just, like, kill my momentum. Hello, Matthew L. What is he doing? What? Killing momentum, the favorite part about playing against me. Honestly, that's the reason I took off 1v1s. Honestly, it was funny as not even playing as a doctor. It would just be like I'd be playing like out of my mind. I'd be on like a plus 80 streak nearing SSL, and then someone would be like, hey, 1v1, and then I have to wait. Or they'd cash in a replay review when I'm on a win streak, and I'm like, replay reviews are best banked for like when I'm like losing 3 straight, and I'm like, all right, I need a break, you know? But it was always funny when people redeem that stuff when I was playing explicitly very well. Or I was having the worst night of my life, and then people would redeem it, and then it'd just make it worse. I remember win streaks. Yes. One day. See Kyle to run forward over GMC for sure. Brayden have another event. I was talking to I think it's so sweet. Whenever I tweet about some org screwing me over and not paying me, Saf, like the leader of Radiant, is always the first one to DM me, be like, yo, this isn't about my people, right? And I'm like, no, it's never about you guys. You are like the best org I work with year to year, or I used to work with year to year. And she's like, okay, cool, that's what we're trying to do. Just trying to make sure that we're, you know, doing a good job. And I'm like, hell yeah. They can never make me hate you, Radiant. Also one of the few orgs I never have to negotiate with for pay. I'm just like, hey, could you pay me this? And they're like, sure. Because you're worth it, smiley face. And I'm like, thank you. You know, every other org, even when I know they have the budget, is like, what, you want actually to be paid and respected? What, do you want me not want me to spit on you either? You scum? And I'm like, well, if you could avoid spitting on me. I do find it really funny how certain people, cough cough, in the women's scene though, just hated every TO that tried to help them. And then the TO would stop funding it because they're like, well, honestly, we just don't like the attitude from the players. And then the player's like, why does no one fund us? I'm like, well, I can give a hint. That's a double. Oof. Not gonna lie, I did not hear that. I think of specific individuals. I too think of specific individuals. Yeah, just so funny to watch people like actively complain. Also, it's like the worst complaint. It's one thing when an admin like throws a decision, you know, like that's really bad. But it's like 90% of the time, like, why are you angry at the admin? It's like, oh, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm such a bot. I thought he would shoot that a little bit faster, and then I slowed down. One of the names start with the first 5 letters. Shh, GC, no. But yeah, that's always something that always kind of bothered me, is the amount of people who would abuse the admins for like the stupidest stuff. Who seeded this tournament? Bro, the bracket is like flawlessly seeded. I'm like, who seeded it is a bunch of analysts and also people who do every women's tournament and know what seeding should be. Why are we a 2nd seed? We should be no, why are we a 3rd seed? We should be a 2nd seed in like a 6-team bracket. I'm like, dude, calm down. Can I play with you, please? I need something to play with. Wow, calling me a thing? I would have played if you didn't call me a thing. Danger, your YouTube channel popped up in my feed. Me likey. Hey, let's go. But did he watch it? That's the question, Gojira. I don't like that, though. Someone, sorry. Nope, too late. I am chimp and I must scream. Matt L, thank you for the 20. I can't count.
And I must scream.
I can't count That's the first. Wait, the first step of engineering is not being able to count? I always knew those guys were frauds, dude. Then again, if you're doing complex algebra and calculus, I don't think you really need to count. You know? That's all letters anyway. Famously, no numbers in calculus. I just got a Volvo commercial? That company doesn't exist. Stop gaslighting me. Yeah, did you get an Enron commercial too? Jackass. Ooh. What the? I tried to flip and I just didn't. Actually, that is a question. Do they sell Saabs in the US? That's another brand I don't see. I visited my friend's apartment in South Dallas or East Dallas the other day, and there was a dude driving a Lambo SUV in that parking garage. And I'm just like, brother, these apartments are like $1,500 a month and you're driving a Lambo? Saab is dead. Okay. F the Urus. McLando! Oh my goodness, how you doing? I will get a hydrate in. Donut you worry. How you doing these days? Oh shit. Oh shit and heck? Wow, I like the part where it perfectly hits the corner and bounces straight down. Do they know I don't have boost? No. No! Wanted to hook that near post. Ugh. What? You fake chow? I did not expect the fake chow. I was playing off of 50. I was like, okay, that's rough. Goodyear left. I wanted to thank him for watching my YouTube video. There you go. Here's your hydrate. You're beautiful, Ghost, though. You are. Ah! Okay, we're fine. Ah! No! There is no way! There is no way this rank isn't real! Brother! You brother! Glow! This is why anytime I see these yellow tags in GC2, I have no respect. Oh my lord. That's how you do it! That's how you do it! Oh my lord, if you don't type me something right now in this chat, my controller DC'd. Okay, that's the only acceptable thing. Holy crap, dude. Oh, I was about to go through the ceiling. He's lying? I mean, he might be, but... Yeah, I figured he'd probably be freaking out there. Whoa! If I just went, that would have been fine, but... Fat hobbitses. I gotta get it a Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen that movie yet this year. I should really go see it. And I all see that Rings of Power series. Feels like fanfic. But I control GCs every time I make a mistake too. That is true. It's a really unfortunate glitch. That's why I play with the Wii nunchucks. They're famously the most reliable controller on the market. Hey, crap. Bonk. Ah! Boop. Brother. Oh. Bonk! Wait. Okay. Close, steal that boost. That was kind of a ones move where I just wanted to lob to see if he would panic and go for it, but... There's no world in which this guy's a good player, right? Thank you. Oh, interesting. Okay, good fake. And then he keeps letting it go. I think he just faked and then he effed up his next touch, so whatever. I'm not gonna go for that just because I don't trust that that was gonna get over. Nice glow. Oh, dish. Oh. As I went for that, I realized I wasn't 100% sure if I can get that powerful, so I'm like, I'm just gonna lob it in here. See you next year. Wait, hold on, be glad I'm giving you a second. There you go. Bonus gargle for you sick freaks. Oh god, he wants another. It's another hydrate redeem. Oh. Fleek! Teammate just doesn't want to crash the boards, buddy. They found a clip of me shitting on Lilo. Some people would pay good money for that. Wait, what? Oh. I don't have it uploaded? Uh-huh, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, yeah. I didn't know you guys played in the same region. I feel like GC was always playing in EU. All the time I've been genuinely cooked? Wait, did I just forget about this? Just scrim with Kira? Ah. Kira and Kira, I forgot about that. Shout out Kira. Hopefully she's doing all right. Split the scrim, by the way. Hashtag GC Demon. All right, another hydrate. I nearly choke every time because I'm really trying to bring it to the edge there. I'm really trying to be one of the best hydrators you've ever seen, Chad. I want my name to be among the very best, you know? aerating that water? Yes. How do you have so... Wait, is there no cooldown on the hydrate? How is that your third that you've redeemed in the past, like, 3 minutes? But chat, we're gonna have to pee soon. I think that's only a tier 3 feature, though. Camera can't go that far. Hydrate is cooldownless. Makes sense. Okay. The other time I kept on was when I was screaming a French Canadian roster. Welcome to Thunderdome. Glad to dehydrate Taco. This is actually unreal. I can't believe there's no cooldown on that. Well, it's not like a user cooldown. I just have the whole chat was going in on it. Bladder at critical mass, Captain. No! Ooh, I didn't get around it. I really thought I could speed up a little bit more, and I guess the answer was no. This should be 2-0 right now. Whoa, not a wave dash, cool. What? He actually hit the brakes on that? That's crazy. Are these guys a party? They're not. They're just the same amount of demented. Whew. Unfort. There's music over here and everything? Wait, what? There's music over on YouTube as well, what? There's just different music on YouTube than Twitch. No, Leela. Oh god, there's so many hydrates building up. Can confirm there's no music. What? It's literally playing. Okay, well, thanks for not telling me until right now, YouTube. Jesus. Okay, let me check that on YouTube. That actually might explain a lot, considering my YouTube viewership has been a little weird. Maybe people are just like, why is there no music here? I literally have it playing and monitored. So I can redeem 140, hashtag they did the math. Okay. It's literally playing on my monster cat. I don't know why you guys wouldn't be getting music. That genuinely confuses me. I've changed nothing about my stream in terms of the audio routing, so. Are you the Johnny Boy of CRL or something? Sure. When brain power last. That's a great point, E-Rich. I probably didn't. That also explains why we're getting copyright strikes. Nice, Team A. Way to call the bluff. All right, well, YouTube will have music in about 10 seconds. I had how you played your teammates with, I'm not gonna lie, yo, because I was kind of psychotic. I thought he was behind me. Cringe. Alright. Let me see. Monster Cat, what is your source for audio? Yes, sir. You are not linked to the same thing. Now you guys should hear. Yep, there we go. YouTube actually has music again. There we go. You're at 6 hydrates. Crep Kirby with 4 redeems along with Lilo. Oh my god. Christ almighty, dude. That's way too many. I'm sorry. Crep Kirby this minute, 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, Lilo 4 minutes ago, and then McLando 6 and 7 minutes ago. Oh my god, okay. I think it's only fair I chug like half of this for that. So. Ugh. I have so much water sloshing in my stomach right now. I need to go to my Twitch. I need to go to my Twitch and disable that hydrate. This is way too much water in my stomach. Every time I move, I can feel it go. I'm a clip machine, ask Taco. Indeed, indeed a clip machine. Seriously miss uncontested aerials? That is true. That was a lot of high risk, high reward play there by Fuddy. He went for the demo on the goalie, and I'm like, if I get it on target, yeah, it's a goal, but I don't know, man. Actually, no, he didn't get. I'm not sure what happened there. Either way. Oh, I wanted to hit that near post, then go for the double on the flick away. No, I didn't get over it, dude. Cringe. Wait, free goal. I can't believe you get away with this, dude. This is the weirdest orange team I played all night. All right, let's grab some pads. What? Buddy? All right. Carp curry with another hydrate. Camphor, we're bumping now? Yeah, thank you, Rich, for reminding me about brain power. Brain power! I'll tell you my thing I DM'd you about tomorrow then, too. Yes, that'd be cool. Make sure Lilo is not left in the dark. Okay, we're good. That's crazy that you predicted my pre-jump. Most term hydrates, you don't die from water poisoning. I have the ability to pause it. I think we're fine at this point. I remember that like radio contest DJ that was like holding a contest to see who could like hold on their pee for the longest time after chugging down water, and they had like a woman actually die from that. I'm like, that is like the definition of something people are like, that's so irresponsible. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, the average person I don't think would have expected that you could die from drinking water too fast. I always thought that was kind of like weird that people were like, obviously you can die from that. I'm like, I mean, unless you're inhaling it like you're drowning. Like, I don't know about that. I don't know if most people know that. What's everyone's hold your pee record? I remember having a date in Deep Ellum, which is like a 45-minute Uber from my apartment. And I was drinking water so much to make sure that, because it was a barbecue, so I didn't want my breath smelling like meat the whole night. Or like kimchi or anything. And so I drank a bunch of water to make sure my mouth was like getting cleaned out, so it had no like weird odor. Gave her a kiss goodnight, and then she went home, and then I took my Uber home, and I realized drinking a lot of water is not great, but also what's not great is making sure that people remember that I have multiple different channel point rewards, one of which is commentary in the thick of it. Specifically, a ranked 2s match between Meow and Blue Paws, and Danger Taco and Fuddy. As we all know, Fuddy getting traded from roster to roster. He really hasn't found a home, mainly because he is incompetent in every single degree of a 2's opponent can really hope for. And right now, he's at least doing his job, holding down a lead as everybody rotates back. Meow through the skies. Decent flip reset. He's got nothing after that one. Danger Taco's got the read past 2 players now. Open net. He does not have the skill to put that on target, but that is why it is 2v2 Fuddy with the backup. Gonna fake challenge. Hits the break though. Not what he wants to keep his momentum. That's also not a great touch. The in and out save coming in to deny the double tap. He doesn't make contact. Fuddy does. Blue Paw's trying his best to keep it in the mixer as it will go near side. Gets a deflection. Fuddy. Another one right back into the middle. Not a huge fan of that one, but there goes the orange offense. I don't think I inhaled that entire time. Nope! I didn't think he could actually touch that. But anyway, yeah, I held that pee in on that Uber ride home after that date for legitimately 45 minutes. Like literally just like trying so hard. I'm like, I am going to pee in this Uber. Like, I have never had to focus that much. I don't know if Bass is still in here. I was texting him, Seb, and Vod that whole time. He's like, dude, I'm literally gonna urinate in the back of this Uber. And the worst part is it's Dallas highways, very bumpy. So the whole time I'm getting like shaken up and down, like, and I'm just like, The other time is I drank way too much soda when I was young, when I saw The Incredibles in theater. Peak childhood experience, by the way. But it was such a good movie, I didn't want to leave to pee. Carnine! 7 hours in school bathrooms. I didn't mind going to the bath. I've never had an issue going to the bathroom in public. The only time I've ever actually held it in is on a road trip. We were going to this restaurant and I went to their bathroom and I'm talking, this is the most disgusting bathroom I've ever been in. And what's crazy is that people are like, oh, it's a gas station. I'm like, no, it was like a rest stop. Like a place with a janitorial staff full time that cleans out bathrooms. That's why, honestly, I think Buc-ee's is so popular because it actually is, they take a lot of pride in their bathrooms being insanely clean. And I'm not gonna lie, it makes me wanna buy stuff at a rest stop way more if the bathroom's clean. If not, I'm just like overcoming the shock of like, ugh. But when people weren't frickin' in there, dudes are getting it on in an all gender bathroom. Hey, Viral Stats Lab, how you doing? Oh yes, I love the part where I miss the boost as well and it gets stolen. Luckily we don't get balled on. That's an insanely good touch by him. Poor Tennessee schools can't afford indoor plumbing. Poor Lila was going in an outhouse. Wouldn't that be really funny if that's how everyone assumed bathrooms were? Like they grew up in an outhouse and they're like, man, I just hate going to bathrooms. Like, yeah, I hated sharing them with other students. And you're like, wait, what? What? Multiple people were in your bathroom at the same time? It's like, yeah, of course. There are multiple toilets in there. They're like, what? It's even worse when the AC was out. Wait, you guys had AC? Lilo going to her like shack in the middle of nowhere. That's hilarious. Anyway. That was held in a trailer outside the school building. Ugh. Also, chat, I learned that Taylor Swift is actually not from the South, despite being a country artist in the beginning. Apparently, people said, like, in the very beginning, she was, like, low-key faking a Southern accent. Can any Swifties confirm that for me? Also played Tuesday yesterday, me and a teammate proceeded to win 10 matches straight until we were pitted against each other. Oh, it's even worse. She was from Scranton. My town doesn't have a traffic light. You say it like it's a bad thing. I mean, it can be tough when it's like, hey, you want to go to the grocery store? 7-hour trek. How big is your graduating class? You say that like Lilo's graduated. I keyed. How you doing? I'm doing all right, Viral Stats Lab. We got a job interview tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be able to lock something down soon. $780? Yeah, my graduating class was 220 people. But we also had 2 high schools. And it wasn't in a city. 0405 must have been a pretty fertile timeline. I'm sorry, what? Score a musty? I'll try. If I got a setup for one. Oh boy. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were leaving that for me. Okay, my bad. I thought he was rotating out. There's some pretty crazy stuff that rivals it. Saying something so sussy that even the doctor is like, oh wow, is pretty impressive. That's like an achievement unlocked. Can't afford condoms because recession. I'll just pull out. What's the worst that can happen? Smash cut 9 months later. Shit. This is my second to last week of school until I graduate to 6th grade. Graduate to 6th grade? I think you just move on. Actually, no, we did have a 5th grade, I guess, graduation in my school district. We had a whole ceremony. Oh. I really wanted to go forward on that with an air dribble or get a heavy first touch so I could at least get a reset or something. Mussy! Bro, that was a banger right there. I don't know, I went to graduation, over 500 students graduating. Sounds like a long email. They used to break, I mean, at large colleges, they break it up by like major, basically. So you don't go graduate for 10,000 students. You do it at like little segments at a time. I skipped my middle school graduation. I went to my high school, and then I skipped my graduate school and undergraduate grad stuff. I'm just not a fan of sitting in that auditorium. I don't like having to buy a gown or rent a gown. I don't like having to sit in an arena for so long. I don't care if that speech is the greatest speech of all time. I'm not sitting there to listen to it. They're gonna mail me my diploma anyway. Like, you know, like I don't need all that stuff. Zig keeps me grounded. I forget I'm a step into the Triassic period in this chat. I love those memes of like going around a workplace, be like, when are you born? And someone's like, 2000, and then they cut the pause it, and then just immediately put all the brain rot like internet memes on the screen. Oh, and someone's like, when were you born? I was born in 19, and then they immediately cut to like dinosaurs fly across the screen. The Jurassic Park theme. They can think about the Jurassic in peace. Damn. Oof. What would you do if someone donated $500? I would show feet. And I'm talking upper ankle too. No one has the balls to donate $500. He's good for it. I have shown feet. Ankles. That's what I'm saying. You guys are getting stuff the OnlyFans account gets. I don't think I have good feet. I need to gather a council of foot fetishists so they can rate my feet. So I know my baseline, you know what I mean? Because I don't work on my feet. Haven't sanded them down, as it were. Oh, whoops. I changed my mind on that flick like halfway through and I realized I didn't adjust properly, so. My bad. Why are these guys actually oh, they're in a party, never mind. These guys are hard calming, holy. Nice. Did bring the wire wheel, but those tryouts with X-Detroit nudes. I think mine is just OnlyFans. Nice. Iceland Horny Jail is my favorite command, I have to say. Bionk is such a funny thing to... Bionk! Spanish in this economy? That's what I'm saying. Damn, crazy bump. Anyway, you lost your boost. I'm not gonna try that. Oh, he's cooking. Oh, he's cooking, dude! Look at him. Zito sounds like a type of pasta, chat. Want some, You know, Zeta actually sounds like Zito, maybe not. I loved baked Zito, yes. Barry Zito, the Al Sung, the AL Cy Young for the Oakland Athletic, hashtag Moneyball. Yeah, I was gonna say, Erich and GC, I feel like could talk about baseball for a while. They're both, you guys are both MLB super fans, or baseball super fans. Hashtag sports watching. Erich is owner of the fabled Rockies Sufferer tag in my Discord. Yeah, he is the only owner. He is the only possessor of that tag in my Discord. I think we have Virgil with Sad Rays fan off the top of my head. I need a miserable Mets tag. I think you can create that tag, but if not, if you DM me, I'll remember to do it. Gonna Real Taco, no one on YouTube knows how to access your Discord. Is in your description, !Discord. And if not, if you go to the desktop page of my YouTube main page, like youtube.com/thedangertaco, there is a link to the Discord. I know people have gotten into it from YouTube. I just don't know if links work if you do !Discord. Like, I don't know if you go into the YouTube chat if it actually is a clickable link. Make a Wish Kid is funny. Wait, what? Oh, Amber Alert going off. I have 2 phones in my apartment. Interesting how my phone that isn't on a phone plan, my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus or whatever, still gets Amber Alerts. That's how the government tracks you, chat. Oof. Nice. Oh my god, he almost hit that away. Oof. Clutch. Tragic Titans fan. Yeah, if you guys DM me a tag that you want for sports, I will do that for you. At least not the jests. Yuck, 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 yuck. I still think objectively the funniest thing the hardest I've ever laughed at something that is definitionally unfortunate in sports is Aaron Rodgers carrying the American flag out for the Jets and then tearing his ACL literally on like the first drive. Like, I had so many people who are like Jets fans who were like, oh man, finally they'll have something to do, actually some hope, and then just immediately gets ripped away from them. Like, I'm like, what a Jets moment in history, you know? That's not good. 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 Horrible touch by me. Na, 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 na. I hear you panicking, manic up the sky, it's falling down. I had a... One sec. The urinator, hashtag free Lilo. I don't know if that's even allowed. I don't know if I'll be able to change my name to the urinator. There it is. It has officially been changed, chat. It is not. It is not a cloud. Look at that. You want to change it? Oh. More importantly, tacos silencing women's voices. Well, hold on. The only women's voices I silence are the ones who claim that throw pillows are actually worth it. Never been a throw pillow person. Freaking hate throw pillows, dude. They look nice. They're a waste of my time. If throw pillows are actually comfy to lay on, sure, but if they're just like meant to be purely decoration, they're decoration slop, chat. There's also an upper limit on throw pillows that I kind of hit. I remember dating a woman who had like, I think legitimately like, hold on, I have to count them in my head. 12 on her bed? No, wait, hold on. Yeah, I want to say like, yeah, like 12. Like there was a bunch of like just tiny ass pillows. She had a massive bed. She had like a California king basically. But yeah, it was a lot. No, they were very small pillows, but like it was like a thing where like there was like her regular pillows on the back end of the bed, and then she just had like progressively larger pillows. And you might be like, are they like nesting like the Motoresca dolls or whatever? And no, they were just a bunch of pillows. I gotta hit that higher. Oh, smart. Unfortunately, Timo's not on the same page as me. They weren't even on the same book. You would. You would fake that, buddy. I just realized what the opponent's name is, and I think they should probably be taken out of the gene pool, personally. I don't always think sterilization's the answer, but when I do, it's normally when playing ranked Rocket League. Whoa. Congrats, Doctor. I was gonna fake that, but guy was just close enough. That was bad. That was a situation where I'm like, this guy's gonna get to it first if I don't hit that. I should have just stayed and clapped it as hard as possible on the other side. I bounced a little bit too inside on that one. I didn't expect him to whiff. All right, cool. I will sub, please teach me. I mean, if you guys want advice, you gotta ask it. I always find it funny when people want someone like, yo, teach me. I'm like, well, I don't know what rank you are, so I can't really give you advice. I generally don't know what advice would be useful at every single rank without being like a meme, you know? Hit the ball, like, right's word, right word. Yeah, that was stupid. Anyway, I'm throwing this game pretty bad. He says my fault. That was not his fault. I shouldn't have gone for that at all. He did not have a great air dribble started off. He just had a lot of boost, and that's where I was like, I don't know. Frigo Doodle is a good YouTube name, chatter. Oh my god, dude, I tried to get around it, but I boosted a little bit too far to the side. I'm throwing it, chat. I'm hard throwing these. Alright, not the best game. What is my circumference? Talking about my ass? The Super Wizard. I don't know. The Super Wizard hashtag throw pillow enjoyer. That's a really long name. Is that even gonna fit? I could play like Zen, maybe even better, but I could never play like Taco. If it doesn't, who cares? I guess we'll see. Oh, it just says throw pillow in. Now it's just like some like German looking name or like some like Dutch looking name. Throw pillow in. Of course. The pillows have their place though, and it's on my tummy. Nah, I'm good. Yo, DT, what the hell is that name? Says Flittle. There we go. Already I've gotten a question from my opponent on what the hell my username is. I can't join, bro. That is correct. You can't join because I don't play with people I don't know. Dude, I would freaking love if we stopped doing this exact situation. My least favorite thing is when I'm very clearly on the near post and my teammate's like, I got it. And it's like, I understand that he has a decent angle on it, but like, just let me have it. If I'm right there, let me have it. And then we double commit and then the ball gets knocked right back inside. I'm like, if we just didn't go, it'd be fine. What's the most useful mechanic to get to Grand Champ? Making better decisions, and more importantly, learning how to slow the play down. Learn how to speed it back up, specifically going off the wall and controlling the ball rather than just trying to hit it as hard as possible. That was lucky me not focusing on the 50 I needed to take. Rank we currently at? This is pretty low for right now. We're like just below GC3, I think. I think my thing I hated about throw pillows, and partly why I hate them now, is my mom used to have throw pillows, but they had a sequin case on them. So if you tried to like rest your face on it, it was like resting your face on tiny razor blades. It was the least comfortable experience ever. So I kind of just immediately was like, I am anti-throw pillow. Better at wall-to-wall air dribbles. You match the speed of the ball. A lot of people's issue with air dribbles is they're trying to push the ball as hard as possible. You have to be slow enough so that the ball doesn't go off your car super heavy every single time you go for it, though. So a lot of people make the mistake of like just going right at the ball and trying to propel it, when in reality you have to be... Ah, man. I was trying to get the lightest touch. I should have just made sure I could hit it as hard as possible. Oh boy, that's the worst possible bounce. I was like, it's okay, that won't bounce too bad. Oh, try to get the lightest touch there. Oh, thought he was gonna cut. Just going straight. He's gonna get bumped. Oh, never mind. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Raids are getting worse, chat. Oh, might need a snack. What? Thank you, team. I was like, there's one guy in front of you, please demo. All right. Yeah, this is like high GC2. This is like a game or two off GC3, I think, right now. I also need to turn down my AC. My hands are starting to get cold. I don't know what the AC is set at, but I think it's one of my like Nest things where it like auto detects the temperature and it's like, we're gonna turn it really high. I'm like, nah, I kind of want my hands to not be icicles, thank you. Ellie only wear jeans. GC's entire wardrobe is denim, confirmed. Wearing the Canadian tuxedo every day. There we go. Woo! What song is currently playing? Exclamation point song if you're on Twitch, if you ever want to know what's playing. However, the song probably moved on, so I can get you the song that was playing previously if it moved on. If he lobbed it a little bit more, I was like, maybe I can get another touch on that, but... What? Okay. There's no way. Oh, okay, I was about to say, I'm like, that pre-jump cannot work. I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, go! Oh, no! I had it on target. I just couldn't quite get the power on it. I'm gonna get out of your way. Bonk. Let's go! I got the bump! Dab. What do you wear if not for beautiful jeans? Sweatpants and shorts. Oh. I thought I got the bumpy. I guess he was scared. The song moved on? No problem. This song that was playing previously was Fake Smile by Nightbreakers. Good band. I will get to the link. Here you go, Agent. Can you test my training map? It's called 368. If it was 367, I would have. Is that Angie I see? Jeggings are nice, they suck when it's hot because there's literally no breathing room. Angie, what would you know about being warm? You live in LA, that's like winter all the time. Hey, Dead Anarchist, how you doing? What? We're just gonna hit that into open space. That was an assist and a half right there. LA gets hot, bro. What are you talking about, bro? LA is like maybe 40 degrees, maybe 50 in the summer. I don't know what you guys are talking about. LA is basically like, I don't know. It's like the West's Denver, you know? Like it really doesn't have a summer. I have raspberry colored jeans. Oh. Oh boy. Guys, if anyone has ever actually been to LA, like, they have never been cold in their entire life, bro. Or it's never been warm, rather, in their entire life. People go to California because they're sick of the heat of the desert in the Midwest and all that. You know, they go to California to cool off. They like how it's a more temperate climate, you know? I feel like I'm getting rage baited. I hate it. What are you talking about, Eddie? You just don't even know they own your own geography of your state. Oh my god, I gotta reset and it literally just canceled my flip. I literally just pushed down to the ground on that. Ooh. Oh, nice save. I just dress Butch. Big Bear Ski Resort? Wait, you're telling me there's a whole ski resort for bears? If I'm understanding you correctly? That sounds stupid. That sounds like the Great Wolf Lodge. Like, oh, there's a whole lodge for wolves to check into. Do you guys hear yourselves? You guys really think that's a real place? Get real. That's his peak. I'm sorry. That's insane. Can you join my private match and coach me? Wait, so I'm supposed to stop my whole stream, go in a private match with you, and then coach you one-on-one? Seems a little much. My aesthetic and Timothy Chalamet's aesthetic. Honestly, I get kind of heated whenever people see Chalamet at the Knicks games, and they're like, this guy's such a LARPer. He doesn't actually watch sports and care about him this way. I'm like, buddy, he acts like every hardcore sports fan. He's like putting his hands together and praying in tense moments. He's like tense as hell. Bro's got a Kardashian next to him and doesn't even acknowledge her for 90% of the game when he's locked in. Also, it's like his boyhood team, too, so it's not just like it's a team that oh, I live in New York City, I want to support him, you know? It's like, no, he grew up with this team and had to watch them suck for decades. Marsha! Got a lot of OGs in the chat here. Wait, what? Oh, the near post guy stole that boost. Yo, keep it up. Wait, did he just throw? Oh my God! What a throw! What a throw! Why would he give it away like that? Oh no. That's bad. Any big sports teams near Akron, or am I stuck doing nothing all 4 years? Wait, did Marcia just leak? Did you just leak your college? Oh my God, chat. Marcia, you just actually leaked that you're going to the Akron Zips? Replacing Jonathan? You can watch the Akron Rocket League team. That's better than a pro level. I don't know. I don't know how far away. You can probably DM. Pretty much all of the Akron guys are from Ohio, so I'm sure you could probably do that. Marsha, of all the ways to tell me, I love how you just asked, like, hey, what sports teams are around me? Yeah, you can be hashtag just a kid from Akron. I mean, that's literally what 5UP is. He is literally the LeBron of CRL. He is very much a kid from Akron, which really made me laugh. I was like, how did you guys get 5UP as a recruit? He's like, oh, he just happens to be from the area. Like, he's like from the same city. I'm like, oh, dang. Wait, teammate, no! Are you DC'd? What happened? Bro, that whole time, I'm 2v1ing. And then he scores. Okay, I don't... Insane lock-in from teammate after letting me down there. A bit disrespectful to my GOAT 5UP. Yeah, comparing LeChoke to 5UP is kind of crazy. Hey, Cillians. LeBron apparently is exploring potentially his options after the season. So question 1, what happens with Bronny? Question 2, does he go to Dallas and make me have to get Maverick season tickets, chat? Gonna mentor Cooper Flag. What I don't get about Braun, though, apparently, is, and I don't know how much of this report is true, but apparently he's like, he does not want to take a pay cut for his next contract. And I'm like, I feel like at this point in your career, you should probably just be prioritizing rings, or at least like being competitive. Like you're like a billionaire. Like why do you need a good contract? Genuinely, if I was that deep in my career, I would not care at all about how much money I was making. Like obviously I'd want something, but like, I'm not going to just be like, no, I need a $30 million a year contract. I'm like, nah, pay me like $3 million. Give me a team-friendly contract. Let's pick up some people. Lightest little touch there. I just went to boost. Wait. What is happening here? Where's that guy? There he is. I just do normal skin care. Dipping your face in ice cold water and screaming. That's what I do. It scares away the acne. They're like, this guy's a psycho. I don't want to be on this guy's face. Oh. CeraVe on my face? Ah, yes. I'm at the point where, honestly, I don't really get acne unless I'm, like, not showering for, like, a day and a half or something. I do need to moisturize a lot more, though. As I've gotten older, that's the one thing I've noticed about my skin is, like, if I do not hydrate, I look like actually a piece of garbage. Like human refuse, chat. Hey, caramba, dude. Not gonna risk it, so I use CeraVe. I mean, people who don't get acne should definitely still use skincare products to help them out a little bit. Also, clutch product though when I was younger, because I still get, I mean, I get acne, and also I grew up in getting acne. But Neutrogena has like a spot acne, like for hard, like stubborn acne or whatever. That I'm not gonna lie is like the most goated product ever. If you ever have, like a pimple, you can just like hold a napkin over it and then pop it, collect like the pus or whatever, and dry it out, and then just put on that Neutrogena stuff, and like dead ass the next day it is gone. Like I've never seen a product that good. It's only like $8 and it lasts you like months. It's great. Probably the highest return on quality on like any skincare product I've ever owned. Oh my god, he whiffed? Deadlock match is completed. How is that journey going? Concerned. Can't remember the last time I washed my face. There was like this TikTok where they're like, Hailey Bieber has great skin and this is what she does. And it showed her taking like a shot of olive oil. I'm like, do you have any idea how many calories that is? Like, like yeah, just take a chug of olive oil twice a day. Like, buddy, what? Tech is Korean skincare. Can confirm. Oh. There's a Japanese product I bought a while back for skin redness that is like legitimately one of the like the most goated products. I cannot tell you anything that's in it, but it just works, chat. I'm just gonna leave that. They never see it coming. Wow, what a clear. What a clear, dude. Look at this. Hey, Cillians. Or Sliance. Bang! Yeah, I'm a Foley artist. Now I don't wash my face unless I shave my words every week or 3. That's honestly the cool part of growing into your 20s is that your hormones really chill out. So I pretty much stopped getting consistent acne like when I was 24, 25, like around where I went into grad school, I pretty much stopped getting acne. The only time I would get it is if I was really stressed and I wasn't showering or washing my face consistently. If I just washed my face in general, I was good. In high school, it's kind of inevitable. I was gonna get acne just anywhere. It was very tough. The moles on my face distract from them. GC has polka dots. The polka dot mole livery attached to the face. Any old people remember that TV show where you had to guess who the mole is? I think it was literally called The Mole. No, wait, no, not The Mole. Weakest Link. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Holy moly, if you will. I won't. What a 1-2, dude! I just punched that with my butt right into my teammate. The mole. I did feel kind of bad. There was a girl in my high school called Ashley who, it was like she discovered eyeshadow and then proceeded to like really later it on to the point where it was like a fashion statement, like trying to be bold, where it was just like so much that it was like the entirety of her eyelids and also under her eye, to the point where it was like, you're genuinely like you are Batman. You are like the eyeshadow Batman, where just all over the place. And there was a point where I remember her friends were trying to very politely like tell her like, maybe don't do that. And she was like kind of like in this like weird, like half confident, half like, oh God, is this not a good thing? And so she was like, kind of at a certain point just went like, okay, I was trying something and it didn't work. And I was like, listen, I like it when people try new stuff, especially with fashion, but yeah, sometimes if you don't have the confidence for it, or if it's a little too out there, it's gonna scare people. What? I'm so sorry. That's a great pass. I just didn't expect it that far out. Love reticence. Throwback. Underappreciated goat. Oh. That was such an easy put back. Buddy, get off of my jock, bro. You know, stay with it. Nice pass. All right, I gotta turn it out my seat. It is so cold in my apartment right now. My Nest deadass looked at my apartment and said, what if we set it to 70 degrees? Nah, dude. 73 degrees is actually like scientifically optimal to play video games. Tian kept trying to flirt with me nonchalantly. Love that. Honestly, I never understood TAs flirting with students. There's such a yikes power dynamic in that. Like, if you're not in classes together, whatever, but if you're in their class and their grade kind of depends on it, it's kind of weird to flirt with students. Not even kind of weird, it is objectively bad. Also, just saying, I think if you're a TA and you're an undergrad, it's kind of understandable. People used to ask me all the time, oh, did you ever have a crush on one of your students when you were a graduate TA? I'm like, chat, I can't even tell you. Undergraduates, when you're 25, 26, like I was, they look like children. Like, they look like they are 15. All of them look like small children. So when people are like, do you ever have a crush? I'm like, no. Like, not even close. They are small childs. Two sisters are competing for my attention? Damn. In other circumstances, that's literally a fanfic. Start dating college military. Is there a Miss Taco? Well, I'm not married. Nice, no. Did you ever crush on one of your students? No. Have you ever tried talking to them? Well, honestly, that's the other thing is they would also call me old. They'll be like, it's like, Mr. S, you're so old. Because they'd mentioned some TikTok I've never heard of. And then as someone who never even was on TikTok as a creator, a content creator, it was really tough when they like mentioned something. They'd like throw some like random thing at me. They'll be like, yo, Pizzazza, right? And I'll be like, what? And they're like, oh, you're old. You don't get that. I'm like, I'm not that old. But I was old. I was teaching my freshmen in one of my last years, and I was like, well, I'm not that much older than you guys. And then I thought about it. I'm like, well, if you guys are 18, I'm 20, I'm 28. So yeah, I am much older than you. They were staring at me when my head was turned. Damn. Again, would have been a great fanfic under the right circumstances, if that was attention you actively wanted. Weird read. Yeah, it does not seem like it was wanted. Yeah, there's like two different types of people I feel like with dating. There's people who like wait until college, usually, maybe date once in high school. And then there's people who are like, oh, I started dating in middle school. I'm like, is that even like dating? Like legitimately? Like I feel like middle school you can't even conceptualize about romance. I'm heading to bed, see ya, have a good stream. See ya, Marsha. Been with my girlfriend since grade 8, to be fair. That's nice. For me, I just feel like a lot of the middle school relationships I remember hearing about were not really relationships looking back. They're kind of just hanging out with a girl. Which, I mean, is progress. Okay. Okay, GC. Yo, shout out to Maximus. Guy who threw away the fastest growing YouTuber career in all of Rocket League history only just because he couldn't help but text a minor. Oh! I was like, oh, good pass. That guy's gonna wanna go for that immediately. And then he goes slow? That wasn't even a fake, he just went slow. Turn to a Fortnite creator? It's not a red flag until he turns into a Roblox creator. I had a girlfriend in middle school, whatever that meant to an 11-year-old. Still can't believe I teamed with 5 pedophiles. What a line from Lilo. What the frick? Is this Marsha out? Oh my god. Hashtag confirmed. Let's go. Good to hear, Marsha. Good school. W school. Oh, watch your crew with great interest. I just remember a big issue in the WCB scene for a while was not necessarily like gross groomer people. It was more so coaches that were like doing unwanted advances toward their players. Oh, I wanted to demo that first guy. Wow! I'm so sorry, LV. Yeah, you're dead. I really thought that was at least going to be like some kind of 50. What happened here? Oh, I didn't jump in time. Oh, that's funny. I tried to jump right after I landed, and it ate my jump because I landed. Somebody who's tracked his player's health. Please tell me he was tracking their health in that he was making sure they were eating and sleeping and not tracking the very weird part to track as a coach part of women's health. What's the official pedo stat for Lilo, though? We got to Wikipedia track that. He was tracking their menstrual cycles? I just said I was hoping it was that. 10 years ago, I taught at a summer camp. It seems like 50% of those kids are now married at least. What? What in the Christian summer camp is that? Whoa. Finger slipped off the left stick there. Man, every single time I've left him alone, he's gotten demoed. My bad, dude. That just was domino effect. Hey, Billy. Making me feel old? Yeah. I don't really get nervous about marriage or anything. People are always just like, oh, dude, if I'm not married at like 24, it's freaking Jover. I'm like, I don't know, man. That's a weird way to think. You have to find your soulmate within your first probably 3 date relationships you've ever had. Don't put that pressure on you. Average person, I think, dates like something like, I think it's like something like 11 people across their lifetime. Big fan, LV. Catch flick? Nope. Wait, wait, what? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I thought we were tied. I was like, what do you mean orange won? I don't remember giving up that 5th goal. I thought that 5th goal was the 4th goal, but okay. Right over my head, chat. Also, shout out AJ Brown getting traded to the Pats. I do genuinely wonder what the Pats locker room is like, knowing that your coach was like the NFL story for like 4 weeks straight. I wonder if she'll be able to still work after this. I feel like Vrabel's not going to get fired, but I feel like Rossini probably will be. Also, what the heck? Why is we playing gapped? Man, Lems is so freaking piss me off, dude. Like, such a easily avoidable thing. I feel like a lot of people who try to do that are just people who are like, they know deep down they really shouldn't be doing it, but they just like the ego of like, oh, they're talking to someone that likes talking to me, and wow, this is a good connection, and then they just justify to themselves like, yeah, it's fine. that I'm friends with this person, and then they eventually are like, it's fine that I'm exchanging very sexual messages with someone who's still much younger than me, and then it just keeps escalating, and I'm like, buddy, at a certain point you gotta recognize you are the villain here. I need meal prep, but I'm eating all the meal prep. Felt. Speaking of, I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat after stream. I'm thinking get some, a little bit of protein mac and cheese. Got some chicken on that. I don't know if I want to eat protein this late though. Oof. Okay. Bro says stop ball chasing is his tag. Interesting. All right. All right, chat. We're gonna try to go a little bit longer, but my stomach is going. We've gone up like a decent amount of MR. I think we're up like 60 today on twos, so good growth. Go on. I don't have food around me. That's a problem. I have like no snacks. That's my biggest issue right now in my house. I have food, but not snacks. Text my apps or apply to a new job. Why not? I'm not gonna lie, I did not hear him say faking. I'll order you a Meat Lovers right now. If I send you the address of a pizza place and you say... Ugh. I miss the old treat stream. There's an add-on for streamers. I don't think it works anymore, but it was basically you could plug in restaurants around you, and it would all be anonymous on the addresses. And basically, a person could go in, and instead of donating, they could buy food, and it would get delivered to the streamer's address, who would get hidden on their side. So basically, it was like a chat could order you food without knowing where the restaurant was or where your location is or your address is. And I was like, that's kind of like a fun little like way to like order someone food directly, but without having to dox yourself as a streamer. Ah, it's a pretty easy goal. That's cringe. Mohammed? Nice. None pizza left beef. Forgot about that. Talking to his lobby about alums wanting to do thanks to a team chat, and Zen is also in the lobby. What? They were just out and about doing that? Truly was like a Combs approach. Just taking all that as incriminating evidence of being a problematic person. Mohammed staying on that play at 0 boost is a brave play, let's call. Wore that stuff with pride. I feel like sometimes people are trying to do it like it's a bro thing, like, yo, I was texting with that, but like it's hilarious, the optics of that, of like, yo, so, yeah, I was texting with a minor. It's like, what? You know, like everyone else in the lobby's like, I don't know if that's really the same thing as me saying I went on a date the other night. Oof, buddy, 100 boosts in a straightaway and you fucking wait and then get dusted. Here we go. Let me know what you want to cover from your boss, man. That's actually insane. Honestly, I don't. I need to eat the chicken in my food house, so I appreciate it, but I can't be ordering pizza like that. Yeah, kitty. Yeah. Also, who the heck bumped me there? I'm genuinely lost who bumped me on that last play. Was that even on purpose? I don't even know what happened there. I was like backing up and KJ hit me in such a way that I've never seen. I... Okay. Ooh. Sure. Me going for that actually, I think, helped that. You know, as I got you for food. Well, thank you, Dijon. Honestly, it's really sad. The only food I've been craving lately is Hawaiian, because there's a chain called Hawaiian Bros. But the problem is it's just far enough away that it's only something I would ever DoorDash, and I refuse on religious grounds to ever DoorDash something when I have a car and I can just drive to the place. Ooh. Oh my god. Not a great touch either. But also didn't expect them to shoot that immediately. I thought they'd play at the corner again. Alright, back to one. I'll pay for it on your Fortnite stream if they're open. I freaking love Hawaiian Bros, dude. There was also another very similar knockoff restaurant, but it went out of business and I didn't even get to order from them. Oh. Oh my god, dude! I'm getting bumped. Take a fucking kickoff. Holy shit. What the hell was that? He went toward the kickoff and then backflipped right as he got to it. Like, what is that? What are we doing here? I will admit, I feel bad that I haven't been reading his comms. I'm not a huge fan of people who start spamming need boost or whatever halfway through or whatever. Unfortunate. Cheer for Wavy in 3 months. Yeah, this World Cup / EDNC break is so freaking brutal, dude, on RLCS. And so one thing about the format that I really hate, like, I don't mind waiting for majors because it's only like a month-ish, month and a half, like 40-ish days or whatever. But having to be like, all right, great Paris major. All right, now we'll wait until September for our next event. You're just like, so yeah, not super great. Whenever I got to interact with Com was really nice. I like that. I liked hanging out with Com. He was a chill dude. We got EWC. Eh. I'm still trying to decide if I want to make a video on the Saudi events. I don't really feel like making a video on them. There's not really very interesting narratives necessarily that I can think of, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, chat, my stomach is eating itself, so I think I do need to end the stream, though, because I'm actually so hungry that I can't focus. But I will be streaming tomorrow as well, and we will be having... I'm going to try to figure out the best time to get a Fortnite stream in. Wait, hold on. M-Dog says hold on. Please don't tell me this is a raid. I really don't want to get a raid right now, because I'm just going to send it off.
New dono from MDOG95.
Okay, well, there you go. Okay, MDOG95 drops a Ko-Fi dono. And that means... that is... It is not loaded on Ko-Fi yet. It's an all-white website. And thank you for the $100. If the feet are dogs, then are the ankles the leashes? Anyways, I don't need your ankle pics. I don't know how I feel about that, personally. Again, if the feet are dogs, then are the ankles the leashes? Anyways, I don't need your ankle pics. Doesn't even want that. Eating stream, taco mukbang. If I actually get my paycheck and if I get this job, we could do that. I could probably get, like... What would you guys want to see me do a mukbang stream on? Like, trying to think of, like, what type of food I could get that would be interesting. Get, like, sushi. That'd be kind of expensive. I feel like naturally getting tacos would be pretty good. I'm not eating Rocky Mountain oysters, dude. I'm not doing that. That's, like, the one thing I absolutely refuse to do. Pasta just would be way too filling, I feel like. Honestly, getting like velvet taco would be pretty lit. I did that. I did do that once. I did a velvet taco mukbang, so I guess we can't do that necessarily. Do an eating stream and I'll pay for the meal. I did a velvet taco mukbang, I remember. I don't remember what stream that was. Someone clipped it. I'm trying to think what would be a fun one. Barbecue, maybe? What's a velvet taco? It's me in my night robe. But yeah, velvet taco is very good kind of Mexican fusion restaurant. KBBQ would be very good to eat on stream. Honestly, yeah, we could think about that, but we could do that. I have my GeoGuessr and Balatro stream. Maybe if we meet that goal, then maybe we can also try and go for the next one. We are 92% to the Balatro and GeoGuessr stream, so maybe if we meet that, we'll go to a what's it called? A mukbang stream. Get some KBBQ or something. With a hot plate on your desk? That'd be crazy. I'll ship you a whole grill plate and the food. That would actually be way too hardcore. I don't even know. I'd have to buy like a folding table because my desk would not fit that. Or I'd have to like set it up in my kitchen or something. My kitchen's not really built for... It doesn't have a lot of counter space. The one downside of my apartment, like barely any counter space to prep food. Anyway. GeoGuessr? Yeah, we are, if we get to 2K, we're 92% to 2K, so if we get that. I'll buy the whole setup, don't play with me. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I would frickin' kill for, I think one thing I would think would be really fun to make on stream is a stir fry. I have a big ass wok, but I've always wanted, have you guys seen those convection things? Like the things that restaurants or like food trucks use, where it's like an oven surface, or it's like a stove surface, but it's a bowl. So you put the wok in and it cooks it instead of flat from the bottom, it like curves around the wok. I don't really know what it's called. I think it's like, trying to see what I'm thinking about. Induction wok? Yeah, an induction wok. Oh, I would love this. Hold on, I'm gonna flashbang you guys real quick. So this. where like it fits into the bowl and they just stir fry into that. I would kill for one of these. There's one at IKEA for like $200, and I tell myself like because I love stir fry. I made it the other day for dinner, and it was like, because I had like this nice teriyaki that my dad bought, and then I bought some udon noodles, and then just a bunch of broccoli, carrots, onions, and I had some toasted sesame oil, and I just threw it all together in there, and I was like, this is so much better than cooking it in any other way. So if you have my contact with, send me an Amazon link. I'm all for the foods. I don't know about that, but yeah, this thing is like something I ever since college I've loved stir fry. So this is something I've always wanted to do a lot more, because I freaking love stir fry. That's so good. I think stir fry might be the meal I could eat every single day if I wanted to. It was also one of those things that in college I got every day, because it was definitely the best. They actually cut it back in freshman year. I'm just gonna adjust chat now. In my college years, unfortunately, the one thing that was a little rough was I had stir fry that you could get, and so I got udon noodles, teriyaki, broccoli, carrots, onions, and the issue is that the meat you could get steak, and so you could get full-on cuts of what I could tell is like chuck steak, or maybe like really cheap sirloin cuts or whatever, but it was really good medium rare steak, and I was like, all right. But then my sophomore year, they took that away, and then you could only get chicken, and then I think there was like a little bit of pork that was like diced up and seasoned and then like flash cooked, and it was really good still, but I was always like, dang. College food hall slop, don't miss that. My college was in the middle of nowhere, so they invested heavily, like a heavy amount of the budget was actually put towards the dining halls. So that was important, because as being a SUNY school, like a State University of Newark, every one of those kids, or not everyone, but I would say easily 70% of them came from Long Island. And so you had all these Long Island kids who are used to going to New York City and buying all this nonsense, or being from super wealthy neighborhoods. They would try the food and they're like, wow, this is actually like not bad. Like this is like pretty good. And for me, being used to slop, it was back home, insanely good food. But the stir fry was by far the best thing in the entire store. Especially because as a tour guide, which is a goated job, I got paid in meal plan. I got a gift card for $25. 3-letter event name. Wait, Flash, you're also not paid yet from them? Fun. Yeah, I talked to Seb and he was like, yeah, I got paid 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, I'm emailing that finance people every single day, marking that email as high priority, and they're not listening, bruh. That's what I'm saying, Pandy. But yeah, I was, but yeah, that, yeah, same M-Dog. The grocery store for me was, you could not walk to it. Well, okay, well, you could, but it would easily be like an hour round trip. So really, really not accessible at all. And so you basically were forced to eat on campus, but the food was all good, so I didn't mind it. And doing tours, I basically never had to pay extra for stuff, because stir fry, I think if I got steak and extra noodles and all that stuff, it usually came out to be like, that was easily like a 1,500 calorie meal, low-key. But I think it was like $9. So I was like, went to the next event, we were under, have the money, like that's a Ponzi scheme. This one is not so much a Ponzi scheme, it's just that they hire, like all these orgs are the same, and they hire one accountant to run everything. And so the issue is that you have some people getting paid sometimes, other people getting paid other times, and it's just constantly this like delay where it's like, buddy, you have the money in your account. You have our W-2s, or our W-9s, you have my account number, you have my routing number, you have my invoice, you have a signed PO from you. Like, what are we doing? It's been in your account system for frickin' a month. Like, what? Like, they have the money. People have already been paid out from that budget, M-Dog. Like, we literally have other people already paid out. Literally, Seb went to Paris, and part of the reason he was able to do it comfortably is because he got like a $2,500 check from them. I just don't understand why people are being paid out and we are. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they're just genuinely doing it piecemeal. I think Seb was like, hey, can we get a rush on this? And they were like, yeah, okay, whatever. Types 3 buttons, sent. But now I'm asking for the same, and they're like, oh, well, we just don't know where it is. Like, who could know? There's simply no way of knowing. And I'm like, you know? So yeah, that's my beef that I'm having right now.